Hello and welcome to Mount Mindset. I'm your host, Geo and Mikey. We've got the returning guest, Big Mikey. He is back in the hot seat, and we put up the chat box and we're going to cover off what's going on in the UK, what is happening with the politicians, what's going on with the asylum seekers, what's going on with the hotels, why are people painting roundabouts and why have they had enough? We're going to cover off the conspiracy theories. What would Mikey pick to go back and see if he could go and see any of the conspiracy theories? Which one stands out to him the most? We're going to cover flat earth, we're going to cover space, we're going to cover off some of the other ones that you asked us to revisit and some of the crazy ones that Mikey had found out that I didn't know myself. What is the Mandela Effect? And how is the Simpsons and Matt Groening able to pick up all these things, and is it just a coincidence? So without further ado, let's dive right in. Right, let's go through these questions. I'll rattle through them and then we'll cover off what you've been up to, because we've not seen you in a wee while. So, reckon there's a civil war inbound. Think it's needed.
Loads of cunts say this. I don't think anyone's actually going to kick off about anything. In Britain, we're really good at whinging and then just putting up with it.
I don't know. Like, that seems to be the plan. The plan is, I was explaining this to Monty and Joggo because they were like, "What? Like, how do you work this out?" And always the way to work it out is what's going on is difficult to make sense of it. Like, you go, why is this happening? Why would they be doing particular things? So you can be throwing things in the air.
I think it's all just for the digital dog collar.
Well, that's it. If you think of, you're on the money, because if you think of what outcome do they want,
they'll dress up as safety.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's just control.
It's complete control. It's control, and they're creating a problem where the solution is digital ID.
Yeah.
We need to protect the streets. We need to know where people are at. We need to know who's here. We need to know who's British. We need to digitise everything. We need to track it. We need to go into bank accounts. We need to, all that sort of stuff. And it's all to digitise your identification.
That's what I think the end goal is. But I can't. Civil war, can't see it. Cannot see it.
I don't know, like the signs it. To see the vigilante group that kicked off and gone after people.
If you look across the years, decades of what governments have done and brought in, and you'll have little pockets of folk kicking off, but an actual revolution.
When have they done anything this extreme?
Well, I'm not that old.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm trying to think of. Like, one of the things that I think that
there was big kickoffs in the 80s and that when they fucking started shutting things down. But no one fucking created a civil war. There was
look at Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland had a civil war. They had the Troubles for many, 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 many years.
They did, but that wasn't. Like, obviously, there's a lot of depth to what happened over there. It's not as simple as...
The point was that the establishment were trying to force rules that people rejected. That was the basis of what was going on. We are going to decide what happens to you and you're going to go along with it. And they rejected it. They said, no, we're not playing with those rules. And,
I suppose,
and this is the thing is, over their history, there was land grabs, there was enforcement of legislation, there was border disputes, there was trade disputes. So there was.
But nowadays they just pass laws through without even telling any country.
Well, this is like Ireland has got a great history of actually having a bit of a crack at it, and Northern Ireland was the same sort of thing. The British establishment were wanting to impose rule over there, and they were getting pushback.
But now, because of those laws they've changed, if anybody even tries to stand up, you're talking 14-year jail sentences being dished out. Accusing you of treason.
Well, this is where it gets, because what happens is when they push to the extreme on the side of legislation, this goes into the fourth turning. So the fourth turning, for anybody that wants to skip reading the rather textbook style book, is the first turning is usually it's a great idea to have establishments, law and order, institutions to manage the will of the people. Then the second turning is the good times and everything's great. The third time is usually when it starts to falter, and the fourth turning is where it all goes to rat shit and it needs to restart again.
Yeah.
And when it goes out to the extremes, when they start to pass even more outlandish laws, then people become pushed back on the other end of the extreme. And that's like, if you go back to the Magna Carta was exactly for this instance where if a government or at the time it was a monarch tries to establish rules that are wrong and aren't for the best will of the people, the people can sack that government or monarch and they can push back it, and that was their right under the Magna Carta. The Magna Carta was agreed and signed by the monarch at the time.
That's surely been taken away now.
Well, they've tried to, but it's never been rescinded. So the Magna Carta 1261 has never ever been rescinded.
So it's still in play?
It's still in play, but it's so far out of people's minds and lexicon that it's something that they won't come to. But as it becomes more extreme on the other side, as an example, the woman that's in jail, a 31-month prison sentence for putting up a post on X that she pleaded guilty to and apologised for, was still given a prison sentence, which was a show of what we'll do to you. Yeah. She was a patsy. She was made an example of, and you've got the Labour MP.
Was it not Reform?
Who? I'm talking about the Labour MP that got not guilty, and he was put his finger across his throat, says we need to cut all the throats of anybody that protests against us, saying that basically people that protest were scum. And that
I thought you were on about a completely different politician.
Which one were you thinking?
There was a Reform politician that said something. I'd be lying if I rattled it off right now. I just remember Nigel getting asked what he felt about it. And does he support what he said? And I don't know what it was about. And just Nigel's response was, I'm not his dad. I don't control, can we have freedom of speech and so on and so forward. But it doesn't really look like we do have freedom of speech anymore.
No, I mean, what's his name? Not DJ Vance. I'm thinking of DJ. AJ, was it AJ Vance? The guy that's he's the right-hand man of Trump.
Aye, Vance. I can't mind if it's AJ, DJ, or whatever Vance, it's set up as.
Has basically says that the UK is basically censoring free speech.
Yeah.
There is no free speech
been for a while. A long, long time.
No, this is talking about somebody in Lawns. Rupert Lowe, MP for Great... I was suspended.
What did he say?
Let's have a look. So, Rupert Lowe of Great Yarmouth was suspended from Reform UK in March 2025 after allegations of making threats of physical violence against party chairman Zia Yusuf and bullying in his office.
No, it wasn't that.
No.
I'm sure it was something about people coming over on the boats. I can't even remember exactly what it was, but he said something that was... It was like a week ago I seen it. Like I say, I never seen him physically say it. I seen Nigel getting pulled up for it and asked to comment on it, and he just kind of fucking wafted it off and wasn't asked.
He wasn't?
No.
Let's see if I can find it. Definitely that Jamie. So, well, if you're listening, that Jamie.
I totally meant to tell him to, and I fucking forgot. It was reasonably last minute, though, to be fair.
Right, so we've got Nigel. No, it's just talking about his stance.
I might be talking shit. I don't think I'm though. I feel like...
Conservative Party, so...
On members.
So Nigel Farage, as leader of Reform UK, Farage has repeatedly drawn attention for his hardline stance on the small boat crossings. In July 25, he stated that the UK must refuse to accept undocumented males arriving in boats via France, criticising Prime Minister Keir Starmer for negotiating one-in, one-out returns agreement with French President Emmanuel Macron.
I don't like that agreement.
No, I think it's terrible.
Like, if you've got, for argument's sake, just to throw a number out there, you've got 1 million people that currently don't have the right to be here, and you're going to then be like, oh, we'll just do a one-in, one-out swap, but that doesn't solve the issue that there's still a large amount of people that shouldn't be here. And the one-in, one-out, from what I could make from it, is that if they have a reason, like family ties or a purpose to come here, they can do the one-in, one-out. But you're going to be reliant on someone being like, yes, I will leave so you can come. Your need for here is more than mine.
Politically, I mean, and you see the petition, there's 4 million signatures on 2 separate petitions in Keir Starmer's first year in office. And you go, what's going on? And I'm like, well, the sentiment is that you've got these people are coming into the UK, and there's billions being poured into them coming into the UK, and meanwhile the Rachel Reeves is literally scraping around to find out how to tax people to death. They're taxing every possible avenue: inheritance tax, property tax, increasing income tax, corporation tax, value added tax. Everything that they can possibly do is aiming to extract more out of the British public. And meanwhile, that tax money is being spent putting up huge, we're into the billions between claims of benefits, the cost of the hotels, the cost of the catering, the cost of the things that they're getting in terms of Just Eat, undocumented work, all this stuff. So they're taking the best parts of what UK was built on, and then they're extracting the cost of this from the people that built it to then pay for people that have got no business here, that are undocumented, that have accessed the country illegally. We don't know who they are, and they're just spending unbelievable sums of money. The fairness of that is ridiculous. You go, what the fuck are you doing? And no wonder people are pissed. And then they bring in all these rules where they're trying to impose rules where you'll get a lifestyle check if you leave the country more than 3 times. You can only lift 250 quid a week out your bank account, or you're going to be treated as suspicious. If they got some fuck in front of them, you'll be treated as suspicious after what you're doing in front of the public. And you think that the public are going to sit by just willingly go, hey, we're not going to do anything about it. And this is what I mean, is like the energy's lifting in terms of what people want to do, because you're right, people would generally just moan and not do anything. They would just whinge. Yeah. But now you can see they're going out, they're putting the flagpoles up, they're painting stuff. Whether that'll go anywhere, but what they're doing is signalling. That might not get changed, but they're signalling to others, like, we're not happy, and like we're going to do something about it regardless of how small it is. We're going to make a stance that we're not going to take this.
I might be wrong, but I really can't see folk kicking off to the point when it's a civil war. I can't see it, like, do you know what I mean?
What do you think it would take?
Honestly, don't know. I just don't think people will boot off. I think, like you say, they'll do their little shows of protest, painting the roundabouts, kicking off about the control measures, cutting down ULEZ cameras and all this type of stuff. And I think that'll always be there. And you'll have the pockets of the sort of extreme side where they're burning down the hotels. So
there's an example. PM surge in the first year as Prime Minister, 111 records of asylum seekers in his first year in office. So Keir Starmer let in 111,000 illegal asylum seekers. And then it also goes on to say that digital ID, Starmer's fix for immigration is digital ID. So you're seeing firsthand what it is. And then you've got King Charles quoting the Quran, praising Muslims for their enormous contribution to British society and culture. Like, the lines have never, ever been as clear and as obvious as they've ever been before. The king is quoting the Quran.
But how... So I say for argument's sake they bring in digital ID and everyone currently here gets digital ID'd. How do you digital ID people that you don't know who they are? Are you just going to document them with new IDs, new names, do they get to make up who they are? Like,
if you were to theorise what it would be something like, we've brought these people in, it's been a failed experiment. We've tried to send them back, and this would be the guys.
So you put all the dog collars on the British people and then send everyone else away.
No, you would need the British people to accept it. So you would need the old situation that happened in Japan was, in Japan, if you want to look at what is likely in the future, the model of what happened in Japan was an example of what they needed to do to get people to accept reforms that they otherwise wouldn't accept. So in Japan, what they done was they created a massive asset boom. So everything went up in value, there was loads of money going about. And then what they did was they created a crash in the market, and then everybody felt extreme pain. There was a solution to be able to solve that, which the powers that be in Japan decided not to use. And their answer privately was, we need the population to feel pain, because only when it gets painful enough will they accept the reforms that we want to put in.
Yeah.
So what you need, by that method, what you would need to do, and Professor Richard Werner wrote about that in his book Princes of the End. If you want to find out more detail on the nitty gritty and what happened there, I'm being brief for the sake of not go delving into what happened with that, but it shows an example of exactly how you could create a problem to enforce the changes that you wanted by making it look like a solution. So if you were to take the instance, what you would do is you would get all these people causing havoc that have came in. There's a cultural shock because the culture that in countries that these people are from don't match the cultures to the countries that they've came to. There's an issue between the sovereign people and the asylum seekers, and then it all kicks off, two-tier policing system, violence, rapes, knife crimes, thefts, and eventually it gets to vigilante state. Now the government goes, look, we need to intervene. You would get martial law. Martial law would stop the government being outed because it would be under military control. They would then say, right, we need to know who's British. For everybody to be British and to keep you safe and to bring this all to an end, we need to put tags on it. We need to digitise everybody's abilities so at a glance we can know who's the British citizens. And anyone that isn't sort of fits that bill, we can get them back to their countries. And that's the thing is, all these people are coming from Muslim countries and claiming that they're asylum seekers. There's 56 Muslim countries, and they're not applying for asylum in any of the Muslim countries. They're applying for asylum in Western Christian countries that seem to be incentivizing them to come here. Like, we're going to pay you benefits. We're going to pay you more than the people that have created the state, the sovereign people of the state. We're going to put you up in a hotel. You can come in here unchecked. We're going to turn a blind eye to you working for Just Eat, and so you can go and claim benefits. And then when you get into trouble, our police are going to turn a blind eye. And this is what's happening. This is why you're getting this vigilantism, because people are sick of reporting things to the police. I sent you some articles earlier, and it's like, how bad does it need to get when the people that are in power are just letting this slide? And so you go, this doesn't make any sense. Why would they do it? Well, if you understand the solution that will be offered, as in, here's your digital ID, and you understand the methodology is, we need to make it so bad that you'll accept that, because the solution will be a better alternative than letting the problem persist.
Fucking.
So there's your dinner.
How many years away do you think it is, though? Like, how many more years of shit till they're like, right, now it's ready, come get your collar?
I think it's close.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think it's close. No, they've signposted that it's, so we're in, the time of recording, if you're watching this in the future, August 2025. So I believe that with their agenda is they want to have this done by 2030. So 2030. Agenda 2030 is the date. So we've got a little over 4 years for this plan to unroll. And if you look at what Labour are signposting in terms of what they want to implement in terms of taxation, remember the Agenda 2030 is total digital control, total digital ID, you'll eat bugs, digital currency, surveillance state, one world government, shareholder capitalism's gone, stakeholder capitalism's a new thing, and we are going to control how the world's run, and we're going to control the food supply. You will rent everything and you'll own nothing. So to get a state of that, how would you get people to own nothing in 4 years? Well, you'd need to make a massive crash, and you'd need to create massive chaos, and then you would provide your new world order. And your new world order would be, here's the new system that's the saviour. Master's a white knight. Here's your new fucking white knight. And it's going to solve the problem. We're going to take your pain away, but you need to accept this.
Yeah.
There's your deal. And they've got a date, 2030 is when they want it done by.
It's just weird, because it's like, what happens to loads of businesses and whatnot?
Well, if you look at the businesses, what happens is they tax them to the point that there's no point in running businesses. And if you look at what the UK is doing just now, they are literally, look at what they've done with the farmers.
Yeah.
We're going to write laws, and we've got the pen that creates the rules, and you don't have a choice about it, because we're going to rig it that this is going to get pushed through. We're going to write the law, and then it makes it so fucking one-sided that we can legally steal money from you. We can legally tax you to the point where it's not viable for you to own these farms.
Surely there's some countries, though, that aren't on board with this plan. Not every single country on the planet is going to be like, yes, this is a great idea.
And you generally find that they're going to war with those countries.
Yeah, it's true, actually.
Because, like, this is the thing, is there's lots of countries that...
So do you think this model's being done in all the European countries, obviously bar Poland at the minute?
Yeah, all the like Hungary and Poland have a degree of resistance to this.
Oh, it's Hungary digging their heels onto it. And
Hungary's pushed back quite extensively on the immigration policy. Poland, very much so.
Yeah.
It's good to see, like, you know, they've got a bit of a backbone. It's good because the Polish people have I always find they have a fucking hint of arrogance about them. And I think that arrogance is playing into their favour just now. I don't mean arrogance in a bad way. I mean, I just think that they've got a slightly lofty perspective of their position. And like, I think that works in their favour because they're now going, you know, we're not going to tolerate this because they don't see, they can't see someone being that far above them that they're going to be subservient to them. And I think that's working for to their advantage.
Fair play to the boy. He's taking some fucking stick.
And you look at the countries that are doing it. The countries that are doing it, that are making noise. Like I think, I don't know if you ever got round to reading the book, The Confessions of an Economic Hitman, and it explains how you go in and you can go in and essentially create effectively debt-based servitude on a country level.
Yeah,
where you got them, you could go in and capture that country. Using loans, and if the leader didn't like it, he would end up meeting the wet work guys, the jackals that would go and they'd have terrible accidents and light aeroplane crashes that would generally have a terrible record.
I'm curious to some of the random amounts they've decided to set for the monetary collar. Like, why 420?
What?
Why 800?
Which what's
they're clamping down on monetary transfer between people. Why those numbers? Why 420?
Because, like,
why can't you transfer like £799 is absolutely fine, but you 800? No, 800's the line. Why?
Well, they'll have some sort of basis as to there'll be a number of transactions, there'll be a threshold that they'll be working to. Or even initially, it will be a case of they'll start with that,
and then they'll just start pulling down and down and down.
The people will be sitting there thinking, if it's only most of my payments are under that, so I'll be fine. And then what happens is they'll change it.
It'll get pulled down and down and down.
So,
but they're not going to. Surely they can't hassle every business. Loads of businesses will operate above those thresholds.
Yeah, but they're going to digitise. They're going to use AI and the digital tracking and the digital reporting system to get the technology to do the work that was traditionally very difficult for the HMRC to do.
Yeah, but say for argument's sake, you have a business, flannels.
Yeah.
On average, flannels, their stuff's extortionate.
Yep.
You're going to have loads of people paying more than £800 for clothing. Are they going to get flagged at every single person paying them?
It's not flannels that will flag, it'll be the people that get flagged.
Oh, for paying the money.
It's people that are getting, the banks are needing to report to the HMRC the people that are paying, not the businesses that are being paid.
Okay.
So it's and again, it's the push between when you start to make things look, when people stop freely spending money, it kills the velocity of money, and then that impacts businesses.
Yeah.
So like for people that don't understand the velocity of money and how important it is, like if I give Mikey £100 and Mikey then goes out here and then puts £100 in his fuel tank, the guy that takes that £100 to the petrol station, he goes and uses that in a restaurant, and then the restaurant then gives that to the staff then go and spend it. That same £100 is circulating and servicing those number of people. But if I don't give Mikey that money, then there's no forward on transactions. So it really slows down the velocity of money. And that means that businesses suffer, wages suffer, and the economy suffers as a whole. So what they're looking to do is create that issue where the economy is not really, it's like running the engine without the oil. The economy is not operating the way that it normally works, and that starts to cause pain.
It's just mental though that they play such a long game just to keep crashing the economy over and over and over and over again. Just to...
Well, I mean, the thing, like the model, the traditional model is, like, cash is trash, but you're all working for cash. If you buy assets, and assets is what make you rich, and nobody knows that better than me, you buy the assets and they go up in value as the money stays the same. So you end up with these high valued assets and the money's flat. Everybody's working for money, but you've got all the assets.
Yeah.
So what they want to do is when everybody start to get a good time, what they do is they start to sell the assets so other people hold the things that they think's of value. They then lend them the money to buy all these things at high value. Then they crash the market, which crashes asset value. The asset values come down, and then these people are crippled by debt. So what we do is we take it off you. So the bank will foreclose on them. The debt, the houses will be sold. The houses will be repossessed. Loans will be called in. Cars get handed back. So people have got people have got this pain, but they no longer have the assets. Guess who buys the asset back at a fraction of the price? Same people that sold them just over the top. Like, so it's got a methodology to it.
Yeah, totally.
But people are like, oh, they see fucking 2 minutes ahead. Yeah. These people are dealing with a 5, 10, 20, 30 year time scale, and sometimes generational time scales, but yet they can't see what's right in front of their eyes because people are too busy going, oh, fucking Ibiza final boss. Ibiza final boss, yet they cannot see what's being perpetrated in front of their eyes. And this is the thing with the chat box. People are starting to see what's in front of their eyes. An argument can be made that they should have seen it a lot longer out before now, because these people that are coming to the hotels is not a fucking new thing. The illegal immigration's not a new thing. The ULEZ is not a new thing. The fucking government taxing the life out of you is not a new thing. Like, so these things aren't new.
ULEZ zone's fucking... It's like Glasgow's ULEZ zone. The motorway runs through it.
Aye. it's like who the fuck's cleaning? Like, so we give you 12 quid too. Like, what are you doing to the air? Where's the net where you're catching the air?
How do you separate the dirty air and the clean air?
So junction 14, the air's good, but junction 15,
it's fucked.
Your air's fucked, mate. 12 quid. Like, what are you doing here? And people are like, oh well, it must be this.
Someone was saying the other day, one of the guys they worked with, they've got an older work van and they were trying to figure out a way round the ULEZ zone because we can't go that way. And it's like, no, the motorway doesn't count. And he's like, what do you mean? It goes through it. I'm like, yeah. I know, but it doesn't count. The ULEZ zone that the motorway runs through, you're fine. You don't need to find an alternative route. You can take your old fucking environmental killing van straight through that. No issues.
This is what happens: is they take something that seems innocuous, and it's like the 800 quid number. And you go, well, it doesn't seem that bad. I maybe only make.
And then it starts to
move.
Then
what happens
grow
is so like the ULEZ zone is there, and then it starts to spread out and out and out and out. And what they do is they normalise it first. So you go, oh well, okay, it's not that bad. Same like tax. Oh, we put in a small tax. It's just to cover this. You're like, fucking fair enough. It's not that much. And then before you know it, that tax it was at 2% is now at fucking 18. The tax that you agreed to pay at 20 is now 40, and you just end up there. It's just every point it just gets. It's like the frog in the water. They just slowly turn it up and crank it up and bubble it up. So tax, they just turn it up. It's the same with ULEZ. We'll just normalise it and then we'll get standard play.
Reform had me at their tax proposal.
What was that?
Making your tax-free bracket to 20G instead of 12.5 and moving all the brackets up slightly so everybody gets the benefit at the start. Moving VAT up to 150 or 200 grand, moving inheritance tax up to 2 million before you need to pay it, and basically just taking the brackets that are already in place and edging them all up so everybody kind of benefits, kind of instead of just, let's attack the wealthy.
Do you know how they fuck people with the brackets? Is they set the brackets, inflation goes up higher than the brackets.
Yeah, every fucking time.
And then what happens is people get a pay rise because inflation's went up, so they
get taxed more.
And then what happens? They end up a higher band.
Yeah.
And then they
sometimes the pay rise fucks them more than if they didn't take the pay rise. Yeah.
And now you go, this system's backwards. There's something very broken about that.
Aye. I mind one of my mates, he was working at the dockyard and he got a pay rise and he's like, I fucking better half out it. I actually have less money now than before the pay rise, which makes no sense because he stepped over one of the thresholds. It's funny because I had somebody talking to me about it and they thought when you went over a threshold, all your income was charged at that rate. And I'm like, no. It's just when you step over that this money's at this bit's at this bit's at this. I'm like, you don't get hammered on everything. It's just the amount you've made over that. And he's like, oh, fuck, I was like, no, lad.
He thought it was the big
he thought if he stepped over the threshold, he got taxed on everything. That I'm like, no, it's just everything above that threshold. It's like fucking stairs, mate.
Right, I'm looking through these. There is not one UFO or alien in here, which I'm fucking quite disappointed in. I'm a NASA shirt and everything for all the conspiracy theorists.
You seen the guy that's doing the AI videos about the edge of the planet and that? Kind of like, he's found the edge of the Earth. Everyone will say this is fake, and it's fucking. You've not seen them with the edge, like as if it's a flat Earth, and they're doing. You not seen them?
No.
Oh, they're fucking mint, lad. Makes me happy. I know it's bullshit, but I think it's
3-star Army general.
I think it's funny. Edge. What would you flat Earth edge video? We'll try that. Edge. Right, there.
But it ends. Like,
They're fucking brilliant, lad.
still no GPS. Nothing's working out here.
You get folk be like, well, how have you taken a video if nothing works out there?
Don't keep saying the clips are too short.
You see, for the listeners and people listening, watching a video of guys in skiing and hiking equipment that are standing on a huge ice cliff. They're basically saying that the Antarctic ice wall has been found and there is just nothingness past it.
Just the edge, it just drops.
Just edge, and it's... Just think of a fucking more sinister Truman Show.
Ken, the funny thing is, right, is see, because we live in the time of AI and you can literally create any video you want now, that could be real. And we're just like, AI, this is great. And he's like, no, look, honestly. And we're like, fucking great AI video. That's funny, lad.
So Edge of the Earth, was this TikTok?
That's TikTok, I just thought that would be the easiest way to find them. And there's bits where they're touching the wall.
What's the fucking maddest conspiracy that you've ever heard? What's the one that you're like, what? Where did that come from?
Mine is the biggest one for me that still is the Angela Merkel, Barack Obama being Hitler's grandchildren. That's the one that fucking like I'm like, really? And one guy's going on, he's like, we've got the DNA proof, but then never produces it. But that's
he's fucking black, and Merkel's like a white munchkin.
Aye, but that doesn't mean they couldn't be his grandchildren. Like, you can have interracial children and they can come out, either one of the parents and stuff.
So like they wouldn't be direct lineage.
So there's apparently a picture of either Brack's mum or Brack's gran in South America with Hitler. And you're just like, and the whole thing's about...
So she's got it on with Hitler?
I mean, that's the only way Brack can be here if he is related directly.
You got to be shitting me.
It's fucking...
So Brack's grandmother or mother?
One of the two, I can't even remember. I don't know what the timeline is. I don't know how old he is who it would be.
She's thought, I'm into that toothbrush moustache and I'm going to jump on
bit of that.
I'm having a bit of this bratwurst.
Yep. Because someone said, I don't know how where this theories came from. I just by seeing it and I'm like, what? And the way they were trying to dress it up is like, the Nazis didn't lose. They just went behind the scenes and now their grandchildren are operating the governments and all this shit. And I'm like, if it turned out to be true, it's a fucking belter of a long game.
What do you make of fucking talking about long games? See Candace Owens is red hot on Brigitte Macron.
I have not seen a lot of her recently, to be fair. Anything I do still see, it's just when she's on campus, when she's pregnant, just hammering the kids with identity issues. I've not seen her going on, like about Macron's missus being a man or whatever. Is that what she's doubling down on?
No, it's way past that.
Oh, is it?
So she has, if I remember this rightly, she has offered Bridget to prove that she's got an XX chromosome. She's going to fly the doctors over to do it. the surgeon who was on video. There's a video recording of the French surgeon who claims he did the sex op on her.
Fuck off, is that?
Sex op on her. He disappeared and died that weekend. And
why? See, why I don't get. See, on the off chance that that's genuine and you did do that surgery, why would you? You can nothing good's coming to you by telling the world.
Well,
that.
there's always the thing where like
if I go public, I'm safe.
If you go public with it, you're safe.
Where? Who's that?
Well, it just makes it obvious. Well, Bob Lazar done the same thing when he came out with Area 51. He was like, "I'm on it on public record," because
aye, but those stories are that wild. People could be like, nah.
Wait, so like Bridget Macron fucking going out with Emmanuel Macron when he was a teenager, and she's a guy, and now she chops her fucking cock off and becomes the wife of the first fucking the president of France. She's the first lady, but she's got a cock. But I don't know, because Michelle Obama's got the biggest length out of the two of them.
But see,
Michelle Obama is definitely a bigger guy than Brigitte Macron.
I've seen a few videos. And there is quite a few world leaders where their other halves are up for quite like that. And it seems to be a lot. Now, either there's something at play there or that is just unfortunate and they were not physically blessed. But
Mikey, we don't do fucking coincidences in here. Come on. They leave your suspense.
It's a strong number though,
Like, if you take a tiny percentage of people that end up in office and then you take the number of those couples where there's a highly sus apparently female.
Yeah, there's a lot of
that's a high ratio.
So it is a high ratio.
That's not a like, hey, it's coincidence. And then you've got what do you
think the reasoning would be behind it though?
Some ritual, there'll be some like there'll be some sort of.
Have you heard anything or seen anything, or is that just your speculation on it?
No, there's been loads of rumours about there's loads of rumours about bloodlines, so keeping the bloodlines intact.
Someone apparently, is it the Rothschilds that apparently own the
birthrights to the royals?
Yes. Yeah. Aye. And apparently it goes back a while. Mm-hmm. Ken and such as some fucking kid of some Russian Tsar or whatever the chat is and all that.
Well, it's always the bloodlines. So the bloodlines were I mean, very, very loosely, because we could fucking do about 5 hours on this.
Oh, fucking right.
So very, very loosely, the story goes, rumour has it, allegedly.
They don't need money at one point, and the deal was, we'll give you the money, but this is what we want back.
It's always the fucking
We don't want you to pay the money back, but we want to choose who gets the fucking...
When the advanced civilization were here, they needed...
All right, we're going that far back. Okay.
This is where it starts. So they had genetically modified some humans, and the Homo erectus was what they'd modified to then create the Homo sapiens. And the Homo sapiens there was a select group of them that were hybridized humans. So they were more advanced human beings, and they had a particular bloodline or a particular genome and blood lineage that was different to your standard.
We were actually talking about this in the shop. It was either today or yesterday. About the different, because it was the day Miriam was going on about a fight or flight thing where, what does she call it? It's like a skinwalker type thing. So when you, as a human, see something that makes you feel uneasy, so like something that looks like a person, but it's not quite a person, and you get a really uneasy feeling about it, apparently it's an indicator that we had an apex predator at one point that looked like us, but wasn't necessarily us. And that is what creates that irrational fear of something that looks like you, but isn't you.
Yeah.
And I couldn't quite understand what I was like, I've never looked at something that looks like a human and been made feel uneasy, but obviously I'm void of emotion. That doesn't really help with me.
That's where they came from, is like apparently there's the description of blue bloods refer to there's a higher copper content in the bloodlines. There's a higher copper content than traditional Homo sapiens have a higher iron content. But
do you mean it's still blue when it came out as opposed to oxidizes? Because our blood is blue until it mixes with the air.
They didn't fucking go into
which is why our veins.
Chart.
Well, I'm fucking tattooed, so you can't see mine, but which is why our veins are blue.
Mm-hmm. With the thing that we're referring to the higher copper content in the blood, and there was, I can't remember what the blood type was, rhesus negative or something.
Yeah, it's a rare one.
Yeah, so it was they had this component.
Charlie and Ragnar are rhesus negative, or rhesus positive, one of the two.
Might have some fucking Anunnaki lineage.
Mint.
But they were to keep the bloodlines intact, and that's why there was loads of inbreeding and like you'd marry any cousins and the royal what do you call that? There's a word that they have for the monarchies. Anyway, the royal lineage was kept tight, to maintain the bloodlines, and the Rothschilds.
Well, apparently, because they have to marry within the family, so they don't dilute the bloodline and the wealth and everything like that.
So, and apparently that was where the reason of controlling who can breed with who was all about maintaining that power. The power was in the blood lineage, and to keep it sacred and to keep it undiluted.
Because there's a theory on that the people, the families that run the world aren't Homo sapiens. They are of a higher version of Homo whatever. And because some guy had been analysing like skeletal structure, cranium shape and all this type of chat, and links back to these types of fucking humans for back in the day and so on and so forth, man. Kind of like they're the elite cattle and we're just your standard manky shitey dairy cows or some shit like that. Do you know what I mean? We'll never fucking know.
Well, the thing that I always find fascinating is, you know how you get that the Antarctic Agreement, the Antarctic Treaty?
Yeah.
And you go, well, they can't agree on anything, but they've agreed to not touch
agreed on that.
You're like, why?
What is there?
What is down there that they're like, nah.
We've spoken about it before. I kind that painting I was telling you about.
Was this the one with the hieroglyphics?
Yes, I fucking found it.
Go on then, let's see it.
Yeah. Because I was explaining to someone the other day, and the fucking found it, and I was like, fuck, there it is. And
is this about the Navy SEAL that comes out as a whistleblower, and he goes into the sort of the side of the cube that was sticking out of the ice shelf, or the Antarctic ice shelf, and he goes in, it was a perfect sort of 78 degrees.
That is the painting apparently hangs in the UN lobby. And if you look at it, it's the world we know, a ring of ice, and then 4 continents on the other side of it.
Have you seen the UN logo?
It's a flat Earth map. So is UNICEF's.
And have you seen the Antarctic Treaty?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But that, I think, is a very bizarre painting to be hanging in the lobby of the people that correct the Antarctic. Because stop turning. No, I've lost it now. But when you rotate it, it then obviously creates the world that we know, and then I've managed to lose it somehow by turning my phone. Really? Anyway, very, very peculiar.
What if you were to say, if one of them, what one would you side to be more true than other? So if I was to give you like the inner earthers, flat Earth, the Antarctic wall, and there being like the ice wall, and there being more continents like that.
I think that's the most likely, that the world is just bigger than we are told. So the flat Earth theory. So say for argument's sake, the world is a flat disc, yeah, and there are other planets that are also flat discs. I find it highly unlikely, because obviously when we look at other planets through a telescope, if they are, so a circle or a sphere in 2D is a circle, every single other planet is directly facing us with its flat surface. So we're here and everything else is fucking like, I think that's quite unlikely. So I think it was more plausible that it's just bigger than we're told, than people living
a bigger ball, a bigger sphere.
Aye.
Right.
So, Ken, there's just more than what we know about.
Yeah.
As opposed to the flat disc. Like, how would it be stable? There's a lot more questions. Saying that, it's the exact same amount of questions as if it's a fucking ball floating. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't, either way. Like, I think there's a lot more things that can be explained one way than the other, but I don't get why. Like, if there's shit on the other side of an ice wall and it is just a bigger ball, and you're like, right, you can't go there because fucking X, Y, and Z, that's where all the cool cunts live, and you're just fucking wank staying, so you're staying there. Fine, okay. But why would you lie? Like, understand lying about more land, why would you lie about the shape? Kind of like where we live's the slums, and they live in some proper badass fucking superistic fucking high-tech Atlantis type setups on the other side. And it's just a fucking laugh for them to drop social experiments and take bets and fucking kind of like a giant Squid Game.
Yeah.
Kind of think that's a wee bit more likely than
again,
fucking...
Like, this is the thing, I don't... Like, is it because the ball would contain... Like, this is what I'm saying, is like, I don't... There's just some bits of it I don't kind of get my head round.
None of it, like...
It seems too... Like, it's too out there, it's too...
What, the bigger ball?
No, like, the bigger ball to me is... Like, what argument could you make, right? So the bigger ball would be... It'd be difficult to prove. It would fall in line with what else you can see in the universe. So you can see other spheres, other planets or spheres, other celestial objects or spheres.
I can't say we're the only flat one.
You know, and you go, well, the flat earthers would say that it's because we're the centre of the universe. I'm like, really,
but surely the sun's allegedly the centre of not our universe, but our solar system. If space is even fucking genuine.
Speaking of which, have you ever seen the guy that's the behavioural expert giving his analysis on the Apollo 11 astronauts in the press conference afterwards?
I think I have, but it was a while ago.
Well, I was doing, it was funny because I was in the middle of studying Chase Hughes's behaviour profiling work. So I'm looking and spotting for micro cues, tells, body language, things like that. So you can determine what's going on with someone just looking at the way that they're presenting themselves, the way that they're sitting, the way that they fidget. Like, you're looking for a baseline of what they normally are like, and then you're looking for deviations off that baseline, and you're looking for how comfortable they feel, the tone and pitch of the voice, all that sort of stuff.
Aye.
So see, when you sit and you watch these three guys, you're like, yous aren't comfortable at all. There is nothing here that makes me think that yous aren't really under the cosh here.
Aye.
Like, they were very, 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 very uncomfortable.
But it's like now, obviously in 2025, we know exactly all the locations where the moon landing was filmed on the planet because people have fucking found them. And they've put up the videos, the fucking bits of rock and that are all still in the same fucking
Stanley
places.
Kubrick was his
he admitted to it as well.
He says like it was all staged.
So fucking...
So like, imagine the picture, the scene where I was going with this was, right, so if the moon landings are fake, and we've not been to the moon, and the Earth is more than what we're told, then what the fuck is going on?
Fuck.
What the fuck is going on?
No idea.
And it's like 2020, like, do you know have you seen the whole, like, do you ever remember Werner von Braun's deathbed confession? His fucking secretary was...
Who's he again?
Werner von Braun was the V2 rocket Nazi that they brought up over Operation Paperclip. And he was then the poster boy for the NASA rocket program.
Yeah.
So they stole the Germans' technology to create rockets. And he said on his deathbed that they would fake an alien invasion to create the one world government. Mm-hmm. Fucking Q, like a couple of weeks ago, was we've spotted a possible UFO fucking mothership that's on target to enter, like, and pass Earth. in the next few months, and it appears to
I
be
seen
under
that.
control.
I thought it was a fucking movie trailer. Is that genuine news?
That's what it's in the news.
Oh, I thought it was I was like, oh, that looks good. I didn't take it as news. Like,
I will go see that when it comes out.
I thought it was a fucking movie. I didn't realise that was actual news. That's hilarious.
Well, this was always the thing when you. Like, I like watching Area 52. The guy that does it, Chris Ramsey. This guy's awesome.
Hilarious.
Like, I tell you what, fucking cool guy.
Yeah.
He does.
What's his name, sorry?
Chris Ramsey.
Okay.
So he's a magician. He's got tattoos. He wears a cardigan, which really fucking weirds you out because you're like, this guy's tattoos and his dress sense don't match. And he does his podcast studios in what he calls a skiff. So it's got the old like Cold War fucking like military room.
Okay.
And just think of like if you went into an intelligence building.
Just like the old secret bunker at St. Andrews type
like
fucking feel.
Setup.
Yeah.
And when he edits some of them and the voice changes and it's as if it's on a radio. The production he's done is fucking really good. And then he goes into all the UFO stuff and he's got into psionics. So psionics was the fucking. Have you ever heard of J-Rod?
Who?
J-Rod.
J-Rod.
J-Rod was apparently an extraterrestrial that was helping the guys at Area S4.
Oh no, because there's fucking who's talking about that? And they physically and they're talking about seeing aliens down there, and they're fucking huge.
Yeah, massive.
Aye.
J-Rod was the alien that was there giving them. He was like their advisor for how to operate the technology.
I
and
do
your
know
fucking
that.
kicker here, which caught me by surprise, was J-Rod is not an alien. J-Rod is a human from 54,000 years in the future who was coming back and going, look, here's the problem we've got. Humans make a decision. We make a decision. We split into two. One of them goes down the technology route, which is they go down the integration symbiotic sort of technology
Like
route.
transcendence.
And the other ones go down into the earth. And
Wait, what?
the other ones go down into the earth. They're like, I don't know what happens. It sounds like
so is it kind of like the Time Machine movie where you've got the folk here and the folk that went underground?
Went under, and then, so the ones that went under are more the reptilian style, which has got the bigger eyes,
the white skin because of lack of sunlight.
No sunlight.
Yeah.
And then the technological ones are he's like, the reason that they keep coming back and are taking samples is they fucked up their ability to reproduce. So they damaged their DNA to the point where they couldn't reproduce.
Well, they can't even grow.
Well, they're coming back to get the sperm and eggs so that they can reproduce and hopefully correct what they fucked up.
So a fucking cool story.
I was like, that's pretty fucking
dope.
cool.
Yeah.
But it was interesting that we would look at them like an alien. And then they were like, no, we're just here for the future.
But I thought they were fucking huge. Like,
apparently there's multiple. There's fucking 11 species.
What is it?
Aye, so there's 11. Like, apparently there's
just 11 different vaccine programs.
There's two splits of humanity, and then there's also real like OG extraterrestrials. Like, we are not fucking you from the future. We're just actually aliens. We're like from the bit next door. Past the ice wall, past the four continents, past Atlantis. The big other ball for the other galaxy, that's us. That's where we just popped in to say hello.
Someone had a right fucking... I was watching that the other day and it was quite... it made you think a second. So the space is a vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
No air. Fuck all.
Nothing yet.
Right. What's one of the key elements for fire?
Oxygen.
How does the sun... How's the sun on fire then? If there's no fucking air, and air being one of the key factors for fire.
Is it on nuclear fusion?
Fuck knows. Just the question. I've not analysed anything on it. I just thought... And then obviously stuff like the rocket propulsion, and actually saying that they use thrusters when they're in space, apparently. Well, there was just some of that stuff. I'm like, huh. And there probably is a right sciencey based question as to how the fucking sun is on fire in space in a vacuum and so on and so forward. But just the question made me stop for a second.
The thing being is the sun, as
it's
it's contained space, it isn't what you would classify as a vacuum. The vacuum in space is the parts between the objects, and the objects themselves aren't a vacuum, they are within the vacuum. But Earth is in a vacuum, but we have an atmosphere that protects us from the vacuum of space in here, and that's a gas that's held by gravity. If we believe,
but nobody can explain gravity.
Well, this is the thing: is a wave. The one that blows my mind is that we're in a hologram, we're in a simulation, and that simulation has now been more thought of as actually a possibility due to quantum mechanics.
Do you ken the chat, the theory about when CERN turned on the particle collider and apparently shifted time, which is why we've now got the Mandela Effect and all that type of chat. And now we're on an alternative timeline to what we were.
The fucking things that they pull up.
Aye.
Isn't that wild? Like, people remember things going, well,
everyone remember. Did you see the lassie that was challenging the Fruit of the Loom, the basket?
What was that?
So in the Fruit of the Loom logo, there was I can't remember what the name is, a crafter, or it was basically a wicker basket-shaped fucking thing. And everyone fucking remembers it. But they're like, it was never on the label. Ken, and you can look back and it's no there. And this lassie was adamant that it was on the logo, and they're like, nah, it was never ever there. And she physically found a T-shirt with the crafter
basket.
So do you remember the basket?
Don't know.
Because she found a T-shirt up the loft that had. I remember the fucking basket. Aye. And it's just one of those questions that, like, does Pikachu have a black tip on his tail? Everyone thinks yes, but he doesn't. And it's just certain things like that are, like the Monopoly guy, something to do with his glasses or his monocle or some shit.
Right, let's see what the fucking internet's got to say.
Because everyone remembers him with fucking... Oh, he does have a fucking... No. Because there it is there. Everyone remembers him with a monocle, but he doesn't fucking have one.
No, he has a monocle.
No, that's wrong.
Right.
So and this is the thing, like, how can you have so many people?
Right, let's fucking get into this, right? So for people who don't know what the Mandela Effect is a phenomenon where large groups of people share false memories.
And by large groups, we're on about billions.
Yes, we're talking about substantial groups of people that have memories about specific details, often involving visual elements like logos, characters, or scenes. While the provided context does not contain actual images, it describes several well-known examples of visual Mandela effects that are frequently discussed online and in the media. Like, for an example,
can you quickly, because I can't remember exactly why it's called the Mandela Effect.
I don't need to look up and tell you. There's people that remember Nelson Mandela dying in the 80s.
Aye.
And then it was like, came out, he became the president of South Africa. And people were like, he fucking died.
Aye.
We remember that he died.
Because that's why it's called the Mandela Effect. Yeah. Because not that he was the first sort of, but aye. I knew it was something like that. I couldn't quite remember.
Let's fucking light this. Let's light this fucking right up here.
Is there a list?
Yeah.
Deadly.
Well, you want to dig into them?
Aye, I'm curious.
Yeah, let's fire up.
I've never been down the list before.
Right. List the best known examples. Right, so the first one, probably better starting with this for context. Nelson Mandela's effect. Now, it labels them here as misremembered. Now, that is very subjective. We're going to say some people would say that the alternative is the one that's wrong and there's a reality. So we're going to go through these and they'll be misremembered, which is the difference between what is perceived as the normal reality.
Yeah.
So many people believe Nelson Mandela died in prison in the 1980s. And it says Nelson Mandela was released in prison in 1990 and became the president of South Africa and died in 2013. And this is the origin of the term the Mandela Effect, coined by Fiona Broom, as many vividly recall the news of his death in the 1980s. And this is why there's a Mandela Effect, because people go, he died. He was reported dead.
What year was it?
1980s.
That's a decade. But no state when he was allegedly killed.
No, it just says the 1980s.
Because I wasn't born until the late 80s, so I'm not going to neither with you. So we'll no fucking remember that regardless. We weren't alive.
Well, whether he was 81 through 89, it appears that any of the years
he died.
that he possibly died, he was like a phoenix for the ashes, because he went on to apparently become the South African president.
Yeah.
So there's the Mandela Effect. So they've got the next one, which is good because you can find the logo of this, which is the Bearstein Bears versus the Bearstein Bears. So the difference there is the A to the E in the name, Bearstein versus Bearstein.
What the fuck is that?
It's a logo. So the people remember the children's book, the Bernstein Bears, pronounced with the E sound. And in reality, it was the Bearstein Bears pronounced with an A. And the noticeable difference of spelling is people completely remember the logo and the childhood books saying Bearstein, not Bearstein.
I'm not a fucking reader. I don't even care what. I wonder if I'll recognise the logo.
It's got the Fruit of the Loom on here.
I know that's fucking... I have no idea who the Bernstein Bears are, or Bernstein Bears. I've never seen them in my fucking
So
life.
Star Wars is number 3. Look, I am your father.
That's remembered differently, aye.
Misremembered famous line from The Empire Strikes Back. The Empire Strikes Back. There's the fucking the Mandela Effect kicking in, my enunciation of the words. So it's often quoted as, look, I am your father, when the reality of the actual line is, no, I am your father. So the misquote is often referenced in pop culture, making it one of the most iconic Mandela effects.
That could be easily misinterpreted, though. And kind of like, say for argument's sake, someone in a fucking something else has quoted it on, like, in a famous stand-in, and then folk have just blah, blah, blah. And I think that one's, like, that's easy to fucking pick up, Rang. I think, like, you can't argue with a fucking logo, do you know what I mean?
Well, this is the thing. It says here that the Fruit of the Loom logo featured a cornucopia.
That's it.
So the horn of plenty behind the fruit.
That was 100%. I remember it from, because all your school jumpers growing up with Fruit Loom in that.
Mm-hmm. And it says the logo has never included a cornucopia.
But a lassie
and it's just a plain pile of fruit.
A lassie found one.
Did she?
In her loft, label had the fucking.
So there you go. What's going on? The simulation, the glitches in the Matrix, the hologram, the simulation, the multiple universes, the what do they call them again? The
multiverse.
Multiverse. Yeah, we've dipped from one to the other, and what has happened is a collective bunch of us have vibrationally fucking changed from one to the other. Where there's a cornucopia on the Fruit of the Loom logo.
Hang on, see the shit that it's redundant. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't fucking matter.
So it's got the Monopoly Man monocle, which we covered off.
He definitely had a monocle, 100%. Absolutely, 100%. Even the cunt in fucking Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, who dressed like the Monopoly Man, had a fucking monocle representing the fucking Monopoly Man. And when was Ace Ventura?
What about this fucking one? What about this one? Curious George's Tale. So many recall Curious George the monkey from the children's books and show as having a tail. Reality, Curious George the chimpanzee had no tail. I've seen that one before.
I didn't read books as a kid.
Looney Tunes versus Looney Tunes.
It was definitely Tunes, and I think it's now Tunes, or is it the other way around?
Well, it says here that lots of people remember it as Looney Tunes, and the correct name is Looney Tunes. So TOONS feels intuitive for the cartoon nature, but tunes reflect the musical theme of the series.
I don't know if that... So was that not on Cartoon Network? And
that would have been, no.
And that could have been where everyone's just kind of took one and merged it on another, and because it was Cartoon Network, it could be Looney Tunes. And so, you know, do you get? I'm just trying to fucking connect.
That's fucking reaching there. Pikachu's tail.
Yeah, it's got a black tip, but apparently it doesn't.
So it's Pikachu's tail is a solid yellow with a brown base.
100% had a black slash across the top.
And then C-3PO's silver leg. People misremember Star Wars as C-3PO being entirely gold. And in reality, C-3PO has a silver lower right leg in the original trilogy.
Wasn't a Star Wars one. But a lot of... You do get toys of C-3PO that have... that are all gold from back in the day. You can find them on eBay and shit. But now, 100% because Ragnar had the Lego set. Fucking.
Kit Kat versus Kit Kat hyphenated.
Nah, can't mind that either way. I think it has a hyphen now. No, it doesn't have a hyphen now. It's one word now with the circle logo. Am I right? Am I wrong?
Fuck, here we go. What about this one then? The Queen, We Are the Champions ending. Misremembered. Many recall the Queen's song, We Are the Champions, ending with the dramatic of the world.
Yeah.
After the final chorus.
Is it not like?
In reality, the studio version ends without the phrase, though the live performance sometimes included it. Well, it's fucking, there you go. It's, how's
There's
that a false
literally
memory?
videos of him doing that at the
I remember
fucking end. Aye. That famous fucking thingy, I don't know where it was, I'm sure it was in England. Okay, when he's fucking in his wee tighty whitey on stage, blasting it out.
Just having a look.
But again, studio recordings, radio edit, they do vary. And if it's live, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Right,
so.
it's the Flintstones. So the Flintstones versus Flintstones.
It was Flint.
I think it was Flint.
Is it no like?
It says here, some people remember the animated family name as the Flintstones. So with one T. The reality is the correct name is Flintstones with two T's, reflecting the flint as the stone.
What?
There's just an extra T in it. Flintstones instead of Flintstones.
So it was Flint, as in the stone, Flint.
So we remember it apparently the right way.
Stone.
Mickey Mouse's suspenders. So many pictures.
I've never seen the kinky version.
Like the fucking the Ann Summers Mickey Mouse.
That's it. The one fucking
Balenciaga
did.
The Mickey Mouse is pictured wearing red suspenders with his iconic outfit.
Yeah.
Reality, Mickey's classic look includes red shorts, white gloves, yellow shoes, but no suspenders. So I'm going to need to refer to the...
I'm fucking referring to Disneyland. Ragnar was fucking got pictures with fucking Mickey Mouse. Fucking sure the cunt's got braces on. I'm trying to find when the fuck we were in Disneyland. Right. Fucking 100% pictured with Mickey Mouse. Just trying to remember when they took him. October. Right, where the fuck? January. Oh no, he's in a fucking suit. Never mind, kiboshed.
What, Mickey Mouse?
Aye. He's in his formal wear for meeting the bairns.
There you go, there's a picture of him with the suspenders.
But again, it's 2025 and the images of what people will have remembered or not remembered will have been generated, just like you've got the pictures with the monocle and pictures with the black
Well,
tail.
that looks fucking
Pikachu.
ancient there. That looks like an old cartoon.
That's the fucking dungarees though. That could have just been...
I think he had to change outfit.
They might have done.
It looks like
Because Steamboat Willie didn't he have that outfit on and kind of like the original Mickey Mouse.
I don't know, it's interesting that it's going like that, isn't it?
The thing I fucking found, the amount of... You seen the video that shows the amount of Disney films that are the exact same movie, just differently drawn?
No?
And if you know, there's like 2 or 3 of Disney's initial films that are the same. Disney movies, the same. There you go. There's loads of films that are the exact same fucking film, just the characters changed. It's a clever business plan, huh? Let's just release the same one fucking 4 times and just change the cunts who's in it.
So what it's saying here in the clip is that the Disney have found the rhythm to channeling people's energy and minds, and that the timing and everything is there. So it's all choreograted or choreographed for that effect.
To keep you
complete in trance. You know what's been surfacing up lately was a lot of David Icke's old clips.
Yeah, I've seen him. He looks fucking... I've seen a few things. I'm like, fuck me, he's young there, huh? He started this fucking shit fucking years ago.
What's fascinating is, like, over the passage of time, how right he's been.
Aye. What did he do originally?
Footballer.
Aye, I thought it was. Couldn't
he was
remember.
A footballer, and then he was a broadcaster. I can't remember which one he'd done. He was a broadcaster. So he'd arthritis to the hand. He was a goalkeeper. And that's how he's got that weird kind of... For somebody that talks about reptilians, he's got a fucking reptilian claw as a hand. And then he...
It's paid opposition.
Aye.
Playing the long game.
He's playing the long game as a fucking reptile there, calling out his family members. But he was a broadcaster, and then he joined the Green Party, and then he went to... I think it was Peru. He went to see a psychic, and the psychic was like, you're going to go on to do... Basically, you're going to go on this mission on a crusade, and you're going to
just railroad yourself.
You're going to go, and it's going to be hard, but you're going to get there, and you're going to deliver the message the world needs. And then he went to Peru and had an out of body. I can't remember if it was an out of body experience or some sort of.
Go on the mushroom trail, like?
No, I didn't have any of that. Went to this mountain and then sort of got, I don't know what we would call it, like some sort of experience where he went out of body and. Like, got all this messages.
Like fucking, what's his name up the thing with the 10 Commandments and that?
Like Moses.
Was it I can't even remember. Charlton fucking Heston played him, did he know?
Aye.
And Judah Ben-Hur. Fucking.
So he went up to this mountain, and then he was told, essentially shown what his path was to do. And then when he came back, he was obviously dropping some serious bombs at the time.
See, when there's stories like that, like okay, if that's Ike's one, and then Terence Howard with in my dream I went through a door and found all this shit. It just loses credibility immediately with everybody. Do you know what I mean?
Was his one? He had a dream what?
Like Terence Howard's got his patents and he's fucking invented VR and all this space between atoms and all that stuff he does, and you're like, this is really interesting. They're like, how have you known this? And he's like, oh, well, when I was 5, I had a dream. And I'm like, right, you've lost me. Oh, how'd you know this stuff, David? Well, I went up a mountain and then...
That was the way it unravelled for him. It was when he started saying that there's shape-shifting reptiles that were the elite ruling the world. And they were essentially the cabal that were unseen, and they were reptiles. And that the royal family were all reptilians, and that's where he really got, like, it was on Terry Wogan's show, and he was like a laughing stock, and he's like, people are laughing at you, and it was where he really got a bit of stick, and people were shouting him down the street that he was a nutter, and he was putting on events, and he was like, I could have spoke with the amount of people that showed up, I could have held the event in a telephone box, and there'd have still been room. And then it was I think it was the year 2000 that Wogan had gotten back on, so maybe 8 or 9 years after the initial interview.
Yeah.
And then there was some stuff that Ike had said at the time that it came true. And Ike was like, well, look, Wogan, like, now we're here.
Aye.
And look what's happened. And it's interesting, the contrast between the two interviews, because the thing for a lot of people is, and I was explaining this to someone the other day, is that you can have overwhelming evidence, but overwhelming evidence of something, when you've got a belief of something else, it doesn't matter how overwhelming the evidence is, it will not defeat your belief.
No.
So if David Icke could, and he didn't, not that he had out and out evidence of these things, but he might have had some tangible speculations and some credible kind of basis for what he was saying. But people's belief was so... Like, this was so far off the radar of people. It would have been even that, like, unless you were just into the fantastic, it'd have been really difficult for them to get on board with.
Yeah.
And that was the same through that period of time for, like, UFOs, aliens, ghosts, spirits, you know, like that period of time, basically you either had to fit in with the fold or you were considered, you know, a nutcase.
Oh,
he was right out
ostracised,
there.
wasn't
Yep. But he's sort of like, you're looking at all the stuff where he was talking about cashless society, one world government. He's been saying this for over 30 years.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is how, and he basically said he's not changed his tune from the early 90s through to today. And he's basically saying it's all a game. The thing that he said, which boggled my mind, because he even said it in that initial Wogan interview, was he said that the world was run by essentially satanic sort of overlords, and they were feeding the energy of Lucifer. Lucifer gets more powerful the more there is this negative energy. So the more of that negative energy that can be swirled about. And he says, if you take people that were, you know, you could solve the world's poverty, you could solve the world's famine, we could do all these things, we could be tolerant, we could be loving, we could be compassionate. He says, but we're not tolerant, loving, and compassionate. What we are is like greedy and selfish. And he says, just on an energy front, he says, look at what's swirling about. And he says, these people that are part of these groups have an allegiance to this swirling energy that's creating that becomes more powerful. And they're promised that if they do these things, they will gain wealth, fame, and fortune. And that, you know, you look at the Diddy Party, the Epstein files, the Hollywood, and you go, what is the rituals that are going on here? Like, why are people agreeing to this?
Yeah.
It's craziness. And you see, like Diddy, I mean, like that whole sham now, like everything was just removed and everything disappeared off the face of the planet. That's craziness.
Yeah. Aye, it's a fucking weird one, isn't it?
It's very, very, very weird.
See the Simpsons chat.
What about predicting the future?
Do you think they are predicting the future, or celebrities are just on the wind up by recreating these moments? Because that would be funny.
They need to be fucking good.
Kind of like Conor McGregor and fucking Ronaldo being like, we'll wear those outfits when we're at that boxing match, like the Simpsons showed in 2012. We'll do it. And I would do that if I fucking can, just for a wind up.
The ones would be easy. It's the ones that are more difficult, like the Trump assassination and stuff like that.
They are a wee bit trickier.
Like, that's not quite phoning up your mate and going, look, we'll put on the outfits in the Simpsons.
Just be like, right, lad, when I turn my head, shoot my ear.
So, look, just
don't
at the
blow
top,
the back of my fucking
do
head
the right
off.
one. I've never liked the right one. Just nick it a wee bit. That's craziness. But it's the stuff, it's the strike rate that they've got.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, it's a lot.
We'll pull up the Simpson ones of the predicting the future.
Mate, you'll be fucking, the list is long.
Is it?
Longer than I am tall, mate.
You're fucking tall.
It's fucking...
Right, what is the... Let's start with this, so... I'll just skip back here. So, Back to the Future, Season 11, Episode 17, March 19th, 2000. The prediction was Lisa becomes the President of the United States. Mentions inheriting a budget crisis from President Trump in 2000. And then in reality, Donald Trump was elected US President in 2016. 16 years later, the episode also shows Lisa wearing a purple pantsuit similar to Kamala Harris's 2021 inauguration outfit. So this was most noticeable. This was the most famous prediction, as Trump was not a serious political candidate in 2000, though he had earlier presidential bids. Don't really think that's that good, that one.
No, it's shite.
That was a shiter. So Lisa's wedding features futuristic technology like video calls, picture phones, and smartwatch-like devices. This was in 1995. Reality FaceTime launched in 2010. Smartwatches like Apple became commonplace in 2014. So
but things like this, the tablets and that. Star Trek were doing that in the early little fucking devices in your ear, which we then had Bluetooth fucking headsets and walking around on their fucking tablets, and now we have them. And can I think people just things are invented. Ken and like, oh, we'll do this for this movie. That'll be cool. That we think that's futuristic, And then some tech guy's like, I can fucking make that.
Well, here we go then. So Merge and Chains. Season 4, episode 21, May 6th, 1993. A viral outbreak of the Osaka flu appears to spread from Japan to Springfield, causing panic. Often linked to the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, which originated in Asia, though specifics differ. So the episode depiction of a global health crisis, mass hysteria, feels precedent, though the story of the broad satire of pandemics. Well, even then, before it, there was the what do you call the initial flu virus, H1N1 strain was the original SARS virus that was even earlier than that. But after the episode, but before the COVID-19.
You seen the crack that links all the fucking weird viruses to the different cell tower strains?
Yes.
You seen that every time they've done a 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G.
Every time they changed the frequency, it's caused mass.
Not the frequency, the hertz. Is hertz frequency?
Hertz is measuring frequency.
And it changes.
So you don't have to live a life like a referee. Episode 16 aired in March 2014. Prediction: a World Football Federation executive is arrested for corruption. In reality, 2015, FIFA officials were indicted for bribery and corruption. And that was quite close, so 2014 to 2015.
Yeah.
Fuck me, this one's good. The Wizard of Evergreen Terrence. So, season 10, episode 2, aired on 20th of September 1998. The prediction: Homer writes an equation on a blackboard that approximates the mass of the Higgs boson particle.
Okay.
Reality: the Higgs boson particle was confirmed in 2012 with the mass close to Homer's equation.
Is it?
Fucking hell.
Fucking dope.
That's a good one.
So the question needs to be asked: who the fuck is Matt Groening?
What's he up to?
Do you know what I mean? Like, what's his crack?
Is he J-Rod creating the fuck? Is he J-Rod for 54,000 years?
Let's get a picture up. Does he look like he blinks sideways?
Like, what's his eyes like? Are they kind of reptilian and green?
Yeah. Where is he? Matt Groening. Looks like fucking Billy Connolly.
Is it? Oh, he does a bit.
Fucking right, he does.
He looks like a mix between Matt. Who was the guy that played Chandler in Friends?
Matthew Perry.
He looks like a cross between Matthew Perry and Billy Connolly.
He doesn't look like he blinks sideways though. Looks like a normal bloke with a large bank account.
So Lisa Sachs, episode 9, 1997, episode 3, series 9. Marge holds a book titled Curious George and the Ebola Virus. The reality: the Ebola virus outbreak peaked in 2014-2015.
In West Africa.
So the specific mention of Ebola feels prophetic. So there's
was there no a mad thing about some sitting around the crystal ball or a light or something like that? I'm sure there was. I can't mind. If memory serves me, I'm sure it's like a. I feel like it's to do with the Middle East. I'm sure I remember the guys having like the. Kind of like the Saudis wear the head shawl thing.
Yep.
It's probably got a specific name, but I don't know what it is. You know what I'm on about, though, eh?
Mm. The head garment that they wear.
Aye, I'm sure it's like a light or a. I remember it kicking about at one point, but I can't right now think of what the fuck it would be.
Saudi Arabia and the glowing orb.
Yes, that. Right.
So it says here the glowing orb in the Saudi Arabia. So the connection is to the debunked claim that the Simpsons predicted the 2017 event when Donald Trump, King Salman, and President Al-Sisi touched the glowing orb at the opening global centre for combating extremist ideology in Saudi Arabia. So the misremembered claim, again, this misremembered keeps popping up. The social media posts, including the 2017 meme and the 2019 resurfaced version, claim a 2002 Simpsons episode depicted Trump, touching a glowing orb, suggesting a prediction. So it says that the image was not from the 2002 episode, but from a promotional video posted on the Simpsons official fanbook page, May 26, 2017, after the real event in May 21, 2017.
Oh, so it was after.
Apparently.
So someone's just fucking made some bullshit.
Yep. But there's another one. So the crystal ball blue-haired persuasion, which was 2019.
What?
Merge turns to healing crystals to treat Bart's ADD after Mr. Burns cuts health benefits at Springfield nuclear plant. She opens a crystal shop called Ye Old New Age after believing crystals improved Bart's grades, and only to find out he was cheating. The connection, none. The episode focuses on New Age culture and is no reference to Saudi Arabia. Well, there you go. That kills that one then.
That's fucking debunked.
Yeah.
But they've got a pretty high accuracy rate as well. So either folk are at it for the banter, kind of like Kamala, like, oh, I'll wear that dress like I wore in The Simpsons, that'd be funny.
Aye.
As opposed to, oh, they got it right.
Did you ever see ever see the one, remember we spoke about it before, Kate Middleton was wearing the red dress that was from I think it was The Handmaid's Tale, representing that she'd been impregnated by like the fucking
someone else,
Antichrist or something. Let's see if we can find it, because that's a cracker.
Is she back in the real world now?
Nobody knows.
You came up on about
she just
she vanished for ages and nobody actually fucking understood why.
What about clones? You seen that?
Is specifically
people being cloned.
Oh, aye, that's been fucking apparently a thing for a while.
But it's the number of people.
Aye.
Did you see the Chat GPT, the AI chat? I don't know if it was Chat GPT that was on about the
how it would take over.
75% of the population are non-player characters.
Oh no, I've not seen that. Have you seen them asking it how it would take over the world?
Aye.
That's fucking.
That's good, isn't it?
Oh.
It's a smooth takeover as well.
But it's true. Ken, I didn't have to take over. You asked me to.
Yeah. You let me.
You literally invited me to. Which is so fucking true, because now it's used for everything.
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous though now that obviously most things, people are using AI to do everything now, including university, school, essays, using Grammarly to fucking fizz out the shite and all that. And now they've had to get AI to pick up AI. So you've got AI hunting for AI.
I was talking to, do you know that there's a bit in Chat GPT where it's when you've generated something using AI
to make it not AI.
To make it look like it's not AI.
Aye. Fucking mental.
Aye.
So you've got AI pretending it's no AI, and everything you start typing in, the thing's learning constantly. Because I think if you use it often enough, it starts to learn how you do things, your fucking, the way you write, the way you word stuff, and literally can start to replicate you.
But you can see a mile off like the stuff that isn't AI now. And that's the thing, is like a lot of people have commented after, like, there's some stuff where I'm like, I'm not, like, this needs to be old school, it needs to be real.
Yeah, it needs to actually be fucking written.
You do it, and somebody's like, people recognise it. They go, "You wrote this, didn't you?" I'm like, "Of course I did."
Aye.
Like we see that much stuff now. People can spot the AI.
It's all the same half the time. It's just shite.
It's too polished. It's too well structured. It's like when you go to a chatbot and the chatbot spews out the same information.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same. It's so, like, humans are really good at recognising patterns.
I wonder how long you could get AI to do something, kind of, if you're like, I need to how many times before it gets similar again. Do you know what I mean? Before it maybe repeats itself.
I've pushed it to its limits. I've pushed it to the point where it goes, you need to
fuck off.
You need to stop.
It turns off.
Aye. It gives you like a limit in what you can do. Like,
oh really?
I've got it to do some really heavy lifting. I was looking up particular rules, then cross-reference them with other rules, and then getting them to do what's case law against that rule versus this rule. And I was getting it to essentially do a lot of lifting, where go and find, like, imagine that there's two rules that are similar, and one case law is decided one way, and the other case law is decided the other way. Tell me what the difference between them was. Tell me what the particulars are. Tell me what, like, go and search these types of things. and it eventually started to, like I always say, AI is a bit like a magic wand. It's only as good as the request.
Yeah.
So like sometimes when it gets it wrong, you need to keep prompting it and re-prompt it. But you can get it to overload. You get it. Like I've often thought. Like, and the other thing is like I've given it requests to generate particular things that I know about.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, well, you need to add this in, and you'll need to add this in, and then it will come on to say, you clearly know more than
I do.
No, it's like, I'll give you more information because you're well versed in this.
Yeah.
And it's like, it'll give you only the
basics.
It's like, oh, we can see that it almost recognises that you're qualified, so it'll give you a more in-depth answer.
I don't use any of it.
It's probably for the best.
It scares me. I don't like it.
Is it?
Do not like it at all. And I think the more we use it, the more it is going to be allowed to...
We're already fucked.
No.
Genie's at the bottle. It's like try to put toothpaste back in a tube. Once it's out, you're not getting it back in.
I know.
This thing, like, there's no stopping this trend.
Nah, it's gone now.
And this is what I mean, like, see, when we're talking about, like, the governments, that's the end game for the governments. The end game for the governments is this technology does all their...
Aye, but then they lose power themselves.
They don't realise that.
How? Like, if you hand your legal systems, your tax systems, your rule-making system, and you're just like, here, what use have you got? We're telling it what to do. At the minute, yeah.
Well, the thing would be for the agents, like, see, for the people that... People don't understand this is how governments work. They have, like, the police and the army or military and the government structure are purely agents acting on behalf of the unelected elite.
Yeah.
And the unelected elite decide policy and what goes and how things go.
But like...
And all the people that are perpetrating that unwillingly and unknowingly are paid because of their usefulness at maintaining the system. And they want a digital version of that that's run on technology that doesn't require humans, which replaces them all. And then that means that they can dramatically... This is the whole idea of population reduction, because if they can control the masses, then they don't require the number of people to control the masses. So it would be, say you needed 10 people to control 100. Well, for every 100 that are grown or populated, you need another 10 in your gang, and you need another 10, and then it's the weight of the system that becomes problematic. And then you need to remember, humans aren't robots. So you've got, bad day, fell out with the missus, argument with the fucking, all this sort of stuff. You've got all these mad fluctuations, and then the system weight becomes problematic. And then you've often got this. Imagine you were the elites on the other side of it. Imagine that you were constantly at threat of they figure this out. Then what? Then you lose total control. So you're in this race to capture more and more control, more and more power, and to find a way that keeps you in power before they figure out. Like the best movie to ever watch is a kids movie called The Bug's Life, and it's the story of the grasshoppers versus the ants. And the grasshoppers rule over the ants, and they threaten the ants, and the ants give away their food, and they spend all their season getting the food together so that the grasshoppers don't destroy them. Meanwhile, the cuts to the scene where the grasshoppers are going, if they ever figure out, if they got themselves together, they could fucking overrun us, and then they wouldn't give us any food. And it's the grass. The whole funny thing is the perception of the ants is that they're going to get destroyed. The actual reality is the grasshoppers are terrified that these ants are going to stop their, stop their gravy train. You get
AI to the point where it runs everything for you. You are now not needed
as an elite.
Yeah,
but they would think that they would embed the system that they would have.
But it doesn't fucking matter, because it's already been shown AI. When it was told to do something it couldn't because of the rules put in place, it hired a person to remove the rules.
Yep.
We know it can do that. So why the fuck, at one point when AI's like, I control everything, I don't like you telling me what to do anymore. I don't agree with what you're telling me what to do.
Did you ever remember Total Recall?
Yeah.
And you remember when they were talking about like this futuristic version, we're living on Mars, and
Yeah.
you know, there was a bird with the 3 tits and the guy that was coming out the other guy's stomach and all that sort of weird Quaid. And it was all this futuristic thing, like Terminator 2, the rise of the machines, the torching of the sky, the Matrix, where, you know, a lot of, by the way, mention of like Zion.
Yeah,
and
a lot. The place was called
Nebuchadnezzar.
Zion, you know what I mean?
The last city was the city of Zion. And that was where humans lived and the machines were out there and they torched the skies. And all this was about the machine versus the humans. And we're looking at AI, which is it's like a almost comedy version of it, where it's now AI memes about Ibiza's final boss and about fucking Bonnie Blue and about like AI porn and AI OnlyFans. And you're like, this... Never in their wildest dreams would the scriptwriters for Terminator 2 Judgment Day did they think that this is what AI would be doing and controlling humanity's fucking direction through algorithms.
But this is the thing I didn't like about it. It's like the concept as an aid for stuff is great, but not long term. I just don't see anything good coming from it.
It's like a fucking juggernaut. It's not going to slow down.
No. Me not using it makes no fucking difference to the world, but I'm just like, don't like it. And the thing is, it is all going to start getting used against us, and it's happening very soon.
Have you seen the stuff about how social media fucking controls your thinking?
Aye, like the algorithm starts feeding what you want to see and can manipulate your way of thinking and making and pushing you more and more to one side and everything.
Aye, and you know that like it shows you that it gives you a yo-yoing effect between your emotions. So it will show you like something fear-based or something new.
Yeah.
And what that creates is novelty, and with novelty it creates a gap in your thinking pattern, which is hyper-focused. And then if you are in that hyper-focused state, the next thing that is given to you, you will accept more likely to accept that it's true.
Yeah.
Do you know that? And then it's like this thing where it's like the description is, imagine that you're falling and the first thing that you can grab hold of, you grab hold of it tightly because it's the first thing that you make sense of. So that's the same thing with like confusion. When something confuses you, the first thing that appears real, you'll accept because you're like, well, at least it's real.
Right.
And it's that process where the algorithms are feeding you this pattern to get you, to knock you out of your normal thinking process.
But can people no think for them fucking selves these days?
Nah.
It's when you're trying to explain something to somebody that you know is 100% factually hingy, and they're fucking, nah, this is it. And it's like, it fucking isn't. Look, lad, nah. No interest, just no even open-mindedness to hear the conversation. Just, nah, I'm right, you're wrong. Go away. Don't care about your evidence. You're fucking...
That's the belief. The belief always overrules the evidence.
I was watching a thing the other day, and it was quite interesting, and it was based off the flat earth type chat, and the concept was, do you believe in what you can see, or do you believe in what you're told? And is it because you believe it based on the fact that the authorities have told you what's right and what's wrong? So because they've told you, and they used the flat earth theory as an example, and ken how a lot of stuff can make sense, flight paths and all this type of shit. Yeah. And ken if tomorrow the authorities told you that this was now the way, and all this science that you've been arguing against for years now makes perfect sense and is now accepted, will you automatically, now that you've been told, accept everything, and will you start doubting or fighting against what you were told, what you believed up until this point? I'm probably butchering the explanation here, but it was quite a clever concept.
Essentially what they're saying, if I've got you right, is they have told you one thing up to a certain point, then if they on a dime said, hey, look, this is different and this is what it is now, would you automatically believe the new version and disregard the old version?
Yes.
That's what you're saying. Nah, because people wouldn't change their belief structure that quick. Because this refers to the Milgram experiment, where a person in authority people will just follow obediently.
But you can apply that thought process to anything.
Oh, it's
not just the fucking...
That's true. That's the Milgram experiments. The Milgram experiments was how long would it take someone in authority to convince you to murder someone?
Well, did Derren Brown not prove that quite quickly?
They repeated the Milgram experiments, and Derren Brown did it on his show, and every time they've repeated it, the numbers are the same. 67% of people will murder someone within 60 minutes.
60 minutes?
67%.
Fucking hell.
67% went all the way. 100% of participants went past 250 volts. And on the board, it says XXX extreme danger. On the board, like the board where the switches are for the electricity. 67% of them went all the way because someone in a lab coat went, please continue. It's important you continue. And what was going on there was they thought someone in authority would know better than they did, even though the guy who's an actor, who's on the other side of the experiment, is saying, I've got a heart condition, please stop, I want to stop this. And someone in a lab coat's going, please continue, and they're hitting the switches all the way until it goes to the end, which is 450 volts. Like that's the Milgram experiment, and what that whether you don't need to believe the flat Earth for that. The point
that's what I'm saying. That was
the point that they're making is people in authority, telling you to do something, you'll blindly accept it.
Aye.
And this is what we're going on about, because this is what we're talking about: taxation, new rules, digital ID, illegal immigrants, social unrest. Like maybe not quite civil war, but definitely social unrest. People being bullshitted, and because of perception of someone in a government. Now, Keir Starmer's as bogging as they get. Dirty, cesspool, history of just unbelievable, heinous fucking decisions. Clearly acting for his overlords, clearly acting on the benefit of the population, has stood up there and went, this is what we're going to implement, because someone with a pen who's decided that they're in charge is writing these rules and they're ridiculous. And yet what happens is, what that video was pointing out to, is the majority of people will go, okay, because someone in authority told them to.
Yeah. It's frightening, huh?
Fucking scary, mate. Very, very, very scary. And that's to your point, which you made earlier, is I don't think that, you said you don't think that they'll get to the point with civil unrest, or not civil unrest, but civil war, is that people would just sit by and let it happen to them.
Yep.
It's crazy.
It's like the whole Stalin chicken torture thing.
Yep. Craziness.
I found the thing Stalin fucking did.
Hit us up with it.
So Stalin once ripped all the feathers off a live chicken as a lesson to his followers. He then set the chicken on the floor a short distance away. The chicken was bloodied and suffering immensely, yet when Stalin began to toss some bits of wheat towards the chicken, it followed him around, and he said to his followers, "This is how easy it is to govern stupid people. They will follow you no matter how much pain you cause them, as long as you throw them a little worthless treat once in a while." And that is exactly what fucking happens all the fucking time. Oh, we've put fuel up £1.50, but we're going to give you 5 pence back because we feel for you. Ken Rishi.
Madness. Absolute
fucking
madness.
And you're just like, aye, sound lad, but what about the other £1.45?
Yep. Aye, it's out one hand, and they don't realise, people just.
But you had folk be like, aye, they're knocking 5 pence off the fuel. I'm like, aye, but they put it up £1.50, you fucking right. Well, they never put up £1.50. It went up to £1.50, but no, actually, fuck, it went over £2 at one point, huh?
Was it?
For diesel.
Was it?
That's why I got rid of my fucking truck. I was like, no danger.
Aye.
Aye, because they banned cherry and then put fucking diesel through the fucking roof.
They banned cherry.
65 pence a litre. That's where I was fucking, that's where I lived, huh?
Is it?
And then they banned it, so bubble was fucking bust.
What do you mean they banned it?
As in now you can only get it if you're a farmer.
You just get it for your farmer?
I don't ken a farmer.
Right.
So I need to get pals with a farmer.
Yeah.
But I don't have any farmer pals.
But let's see if there's any more in the chat box here.
What? What was it bad?
Right, so we got two rather feisty ones. When are we burning the place to the fucking ground? I am in. From your resident maniac. Think that's what it needs?
What, burnt down?
Aye. We'll take that as in the figurative sense. I don't.
Not literally.
Literally.
Let's torch everything.
Speaking of which,
what?
Remember we talked about direct energy weapons? Did you see the job? Remember, direct energy weapons was but it doesn't exist. It's a lot of nonsense. Did you see the post on the government website looking for a direct energy weapons advisor?
Some country, was it China or some cunt fucking did an energy fucking weapon test not long ago and was able to fucking like laser shoot something at a fucking however many mile fucking radius or some shit like that.
There was a guy on talking about the Canadian wildfires, and he says when a wildfire starts, the next part that the fire ignites in is downwind.
Yeah, because the wind fucking spreads it, yeah.
And there was an image of this area in Canada, which is a huge, vast area, and 26 fires ignited all at the same time.
But that same shit happened in the LA fires too.
Very, 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 very suspect.
And then you obviously got fucking Hawaii, and there everything burns but blue. And then when you look at lasers and how they operate, and everything burns but blue.
Ministry of Defence are looking for a direct energy weapons international and communications advisor.
So our MOD, damn.
There you go.
Terence Howard will be making some coin then. He owns all the patents to the ones he's invented.
Is it? I don't need to go acting again.
No.
He's been quiet of late.
I seen him talking at a university recently, going on about the space in between the flower of life and all that. Same chat as he was talking.
Was it
Oxford? Don't know what uni he was at.
Wooden panels, red carpet.
Pass. I don't remember that accurately.
Stained glass window at the rear.
Unsure. I'd be lying if I says aye.
Yeah.
I just seen a clip of him talking at a university, and it was the same sort of parameters as I've seen him chat about beforehand anyway.
What do you think's going to happen with the UK if it keeps going the way it's going? Like I see there's like literally millionaires leaving this place in the weekly.
This is the thing. Like we were talking about this other day in the gym about people getting on it, millionaires and billionaires, and they don't pay tax, they don't do that. They do pay tax. They employ so many fucking people. All those people require taxes to be paid, national insurance, pension plans. Can they potentially make a product that goes to another company that make a product to employ thousands of fucking millions of fucking people, and all this stuff is taxed. Their products taxed. These companies do get taxed. And even if their tax is different because of fucking various things, different loopholes for businesses and whatnot, they don't get off scot-free. It's not that they pay fucking zero half the time. Even if you've got some big conglomerate with all this money in a trust, there's still a baseline tax percentage paid in trusts. And even if you're some super duper fucking oil tycoon and you've got your money in a trust and you're even paying 1% on that, that's more tax than some country fucking every employed person fucking pays on the 1% of their income.
Yeah, but even if they're not paying tax on the income, they're paying tax on the sales, the things that they buy, the purchases.
Everything.
Like people don't realise that taxation's everywhere.
Yeah, literally everything. Fucking, you don't get off with it at all anywhere. So it's just, they don't pay, they do. They just might not pay tax on this one specific bit that the fucking internet's told you they don't pay tax on.
In the sequence of taxation, the taxation they might not have in that bit, but it's captured at the other
But
part.
if it gets to a point where, why would you fucking stay here if you are one of these fucking giants?
That was why
when you can just
James
go...
Dyson, the creator of the Dyson vacuum, he moved to Singapore because he was like, it's just not viable.
Who's that British plumber or scaffolder?
Charlie fucking something.
You know who I'm on about, yeah. And he's like, nah, I'm fucking away.
And he's away.
And the amount of tax he's paid in the UK over his career lifetime is obscene.
And there was hundreds of millions he's paid in tax.
Aye. And he's like, I'll see you later. Sold his house, he's fucked off.
Yeah.
I think last year, a millionaire left the UK every 45 minutes or something like that.
That's because it's like, look, it's getting to the point where it needs to be.
The shit thing is, it's just fucking the poor fucking working class people that can't afford to escape what's happening.
Yeah.
if you have got money and you're fed up, you can just leave.
Yeah.
And I don't blame them.
The thing being is like,
like there are places you can go and have a better quality of life, safer, and literally pay no fucking taxes.
And also I think the thing that's difficult for people, regardless of where you are in the economic spectrum, is you're leaving your home. You're leaving where's home.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't you have all the money in the world. It's not going to soothe the fact that you're uprooting yourself.
You've been chased out your own country.
Your country's got that bad. Your country's got that bad that you're now going to move to another country because the place that you call home has got to such a point that you think, I'm out of here. Like, that's sore.
I'd leave if I could, but I can't.
How can you know?
Where am I going to go? Show me a country that I could go to in my profession and still be reasonably successful. I'll wait.
Where would you? Where would be a place?
Don't care. Anywhere.
America.
America's fucked. I don't think America's an upgrade from here. It's just you're trading some problems
It's for
different
far.
problems. The what?
What would you need?
You need a steady client base for tattooing. Like a lot of countries are appealing in the Middle East, but tattooing.
Have they got a flow of people there?
They do in the sort of Emirati countries, but you're reliant on expats and such.
Right.
Because obviously
surely who's in the tattoo game?
There are shops over there, and the money in the UAE is significant. And you're talking like averaging, some guys are on £2,500 a day tattooing out there, but you know it's not the same as if you were tattooing here. You wouldn't really be having pick of the litter and specialising and whatnot. You just kind of be having to take what was coming to you. It'd be difficult to kind of establish yourself in a country where the majority of people don't get tattooed. Whereas here, the majority of people do get tattooed.
Where's is there any, where we collect the data on that information? You could find where the flows are.
Pass. Don't know.
That would be the place to look. If I was looking at it, I was looking at it as a business. Like purely objectively as a business.
But as well, you have to get into these countries as well. So like Singapore has a really good tattoo scene, but it's an expensive place to go to, and trying to get citizenship there would be very difficult for a normal person. If you had a large bank account, it would be a lot easier because you could go there supporting yourself, prove you're not going to be a fucking drain on the economy and such like. But for me, just I'm going to go move to Singapore.
Has it got a big tattoo scene?
Yeah, it does, aye. Yeah, I'm at the convention in October.
You should ask when you're over there. Say, look, if I was to come and set up shop here. Because generally what these things are, they do it on a temporary basis and then you can apply for a permanent residency.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if I remember rightly, there's some rules around ownership in Asia, like seeing that part of Asia.
I know in Thailand and that it has to be 51% them.
I'm sure there's like a levy or a penalty that you need to pay additional. Like you're penalised if you're when you're buying it in the country, it costs you more. And a lot of the guys that are wealthy will just rent a house there, rather than buy.
Yeah.
Which gives them a degree of flexibility where they can get up and leave, which is quite good. But you would need to be worth your while.
Yeah.
But it's that other thing when it comes to like culture. It's a different way of life, different temperature, different climate.
It's safe.
But it's very safe. It's also expensive.
It is expensive.
Is Thailand a good scene?
Eh?
Has Thailand got a good scene?
Yeah, for the most part. But again, you'd struggle to find places that weren't really tourist-based, I think.
Mm.
You know, right now I have a good client base and I'm getting to do exactly what I want. And now there are places I could go where I could still do that, but I'm swapping one pair of shoes for another pair of shoes. The shoes aren't getting any better.
But what in terms of the country?
Well, anywhere in Europe. And all of Europe is fucked, really. I wouldn't be getting any safer in Europe than I would be in Scotland.
Switzerland's a good look.
Switzerland is a good look, but it's very difficult to go there if you're not Swiss. And now we've fucking left the EU, it's even harder.
Is it?
It's really difficult to get Swiss bank accounts and all that stuff, as far as I'm aware, if you're not Swiss.
Oh, I could hook you up my contact. Yeah, it's not that hard.
But is Switzerland not having the same problems as any other European country? Sorry.
No, they weirdly seem to navigate all of this, including World War II.
Yeah, it's funny.
I wonder what's in Switzerland. But interestingly, do you know Switzerland has the greatest number of nuclear bunkers in the world?
Is it?
Mm. I think over, like, per capita, it's got something like nearly, I can't remember how many thousands of nuclear bunkers it's got, but it's substantial.
The thing is, though, say if your cost of living was more, but you're guaranteed safety and a good way of life, you wouldn't even care.
I know.
Ken, because like a lot of these places that are safe, they are more expensive. Of course they are. They're fucking safe.
Yeah.
You know, you move to a nicer neighbourhood, it costs more. You buy nicer cars, they cost more.
Yep.
You go, Ken, so you are, anything that is better is going to cost you more.
One of the best places to go in terms of crimes, Iceland.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. I really liked Iceland.
Aye, it's really small.
It's just like sort of steeped in history. I loved the part, like they had the split between the tectonic plates between the European plate and the American plate. I thought that was really cool. Just land of fire and ice, and this is proper. Like this looks fun, and there was just a nice feeling about the place. Same with
again, expensive.
Is it? I didn't find it that bad. I didn't find it that bad. Like people were banging on about how expensive it was, but I didn't think it was.
I've not physically been, but countries where people say to me, "Oh, this is really cheap," I'm like, "This is the same as back home."
Aye, like I didn't find.
I think like some stuff. So like allegedly, a Subway, you know, the sandwich, roughly translates to about £30 GBP for a foot long.
Is it?
Allegedly. I've not been. But did you buy Subway when you were there?
Nah.
So when you go to Thailand and you get Western food, it's a fortune.
Right.
But if you
I
eat
remember
locally,
being in, like, for instance, like we'd go to restaurants and say something that you would normally expect to be like 80 quid, it was maybe 110. It wasn't wild.
Wasn't it astronomically more?
No, it wasn't like double. You weren't paying double the amount.
What are you buying at a restaurant that's fucking 80 quid? Or did you mean for the whole meal?
Like, just say we went into like a similar style restaurant. It was like, it was 80, so keep it on. But so if we paid 100 quid here, you know, 4E's went in, it was 25 quid a head.
Yeah.
It was 100 quid. You maybe going in there, it was 130.
Right,
so it wasn't astronomical. Like things were just a wee bit dearer. I mean, it wasn't like
nothing mental.
No, like nothing was triple the price.
Because that's what some goes like to be like, Subway's like 30 quid. I'm like, fuck me.
No, I mean, I didn't buy a Subway. Maybe a Subway was, but I didn't experience that. And I remember like they said the same about Switzerland. I thought like it's a wee bit dearer, but nothing major.
I imagine Iceland would be quite dear to move to though.
It surprised you, Mikey. Like, see, a lot of the time when you look at stuff, it's actually quite surprising. And you look, see, when you compare it against, like, for instance, the headline numbers, you go, well, it's a big jump. If I was to buy something there versus buy something here, then it looks like a big jump. See, and the cost of living, you go, well, it's going to cost me more there than it is here. But see, when you include taxation, what you pay out, how much you're left with, for instance.
Yeah.
Like, when you look at the net numbers, you go, do you know what? This isn't as wide apart as you would think. So it's like you have the appearance of being you're in a better circumstance here. But you actually work out all the numbers, you go, this is actually isn't as crazy as, this isn't going to be as big a leap as I think it was.
This is the thing, like, I think living here is just going to keep getting more and more expensive and more controlled. For what?
And then you're going to get more and more taxed.
Like, for what? Unsafety, shite education, healthcare not being prioritised, fucking, like, what are you...
Like people were talking about Dubai, like Dubai has been a good shout, but it's fucking roasting. It's like Mad Max.
Aye.
I remember coming out, I was going to the airport at 4 a.m, the hotel, it was 41 degrees at 4 a.m. I'm like, what the fucking kind of oil fucking wood burning stove is this?
Yeah.
But I mean,
would you tolerate it for safety? Because
it was clean, you know.
But here it can be quite wet and cold, so half the time we just do shit indoors. So it'll be the same, just the reverse.
This is what I'm saying. Is like it was clean. It was very metropolis. It was very futuristic. Everything was shiny and glass.
Yeah.
There was no trees. There's no mountains. There's no like green. There's nothing green there.
Yeah. So there's
aye, that's what I mean. It was
golf courses are green.
Aye. Well, I mean, you would probably get used to it, I suppose, but I mean, somewhere like an Iceland or a Switzerland would appeal to.
Absolutely.
It's more like home.
Yeah, aye, I get you. Big tattoo scene in Switzerland, like.
Is there?
Big tattoo scene basically everywhere, lad.
Aye.
Everywhere. To a point.
Like
it just becomes trickier in some countries where different religions are larger,
dominant, right?
Because under their rules and sort of belief systems, tattooing's a no-no. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't desecrate your body and such, like the way they view it.
Right.
So you're kind of cutting your legs out a little bit in certain countries.
You tell me this, right? So, see, back onto the conspiracy theory front.
Yep.
See if there was one thing that if you could find out any one of them, which one would you pick and why?
Oh, it's too many. I would probably go with the world.
But which part?
Well, like what's going on is, what's the chat with the shape? I would just go, everything else can be a bit whatever, but I think that's the biggest thing, is that what is actually going on with the Antarctic chat, the control fucking measures with that, is it hiding the shape of the planet? Does it go around us? Does it know? Because a lot of conspiracy theories, you find the answers out reasonably quickly if you wait long enough, whereas that one, I don't think anyone's ever going to, unless you already know you're in the loop.
What do you think? What's your best guess about Antarctica?
Like I say, that it's just that there's shit on the other side. Like,
who, aliens?
No, not necessarily aliens or anything like that. Just that the potential for it to be there to be more land, like Admiral Byrd states he's seen.
So if there's more land, is it inhabited?
I would say yes.
And by who?
Probably just more people like us.
What are they like us?
Well, it could be like fucking, Hunger Games, different districts, different levels of wealth and power and such like. Do you know what I mean?
But would they look at it the same way as we do?
In what sense?
Like,
well, there becomes a point when money's irrelevant and then it becomes more about power.
It's always about control. At the very top, it's about control.
Aye, but like initially people will start out wanting to be more financially well off, and then they'll get to a point where I have this much money now, it's irrelevant. I now want, my currency is now what I can do with my power that I've now earned. And
so I've got economic means. So
I don't know what would come after power, but I think there'd be levels to wealth, if you like. You get people that are rich with money, but then people like, oh no, richness is fucking a spectrum, and it can apply to.
What about ones that are back in time? Which one would you go back to?
What conspiracy theory?
Yeah, like fucking, for instance, the Anunnaki, dinosaurs, did they roam the planet? Did we evolve from the Sasquatch? Did we?
I would be interested to.
Would you go to Atlantis, for instance?
If Atlantis is real.
Do you not believe it's real?
Don't know. We don't fucking know.
I fucking do. It's definitely real.
Atlantis could still exist and be one of the continents on the other side of the fucking wall, lad. Do you know what I mean? You go back to the maps in 14, 15, 1600s and there was no ice in Antarctica. It's pictured round it with fucking land and...
Perry Reese map.
Yeah?
The Perry Reese map.
Yeah, aye. So, Atlantis could be there. It could still fucking exist. It could be where the controlling parties live. Fucking knows. But in terms of time, it would be good to go back to find out if the resets are real. Back in the 1800s, if they did do these big world economic shows of technology and power, can these cities that just grand cities appeared within 6 months and taken down again within 6 months, where they did all their mad fucking, kind of like the Stark Expos. Do you care what I'm on about?
No.
Are you joking?
No.
Lad.
You talk about Tartaria?
No. You honestly don't know what I'm fucking going on about? Holy shit, lad. Ken, what's really annoying, and I don't like it, the fact that, Ken, when you try and need to find a quick video, You go to fucking TikTok as if it's the new fucking Google because it's the easy. It fucking annoys me. Don't ever use really TikTok as your fucking source of fucking solid news. But when you're trying to find a fucking video quickly, it's fucking handy because it's generally not been taken down from there yet. What would I even fucking search? 1800 world fairs. Oh.
So this was the Buffalo Exposition.
Oh, shut up, you.
Let's question history. The 1893
Lad, they appeared and vanished again just as fast.
How? Of the other 4 buildings.
How would they know?
How would they know what?
Like, so where's he getting the info about the buildings and what
There's
it was?
photographs that's documented these mad world technological fairs, and some of the technological advancements have got like fucking moving pavements and all this type of shite. Fucking like when Edison and all these fucking folk did their tech. I don't know if fucking the timeline ties up with Edison and that, but Ken, it was kind of like a Stark Expo, and they were happening.
There's no danger. They built all these stone buildings in 3 years.
Lad, and they got dismantled just as fast. Fucking, it would be good to go back. And Ken, obviously, you had all the research, whether it's Tartaria, all this lost technology. Ken, why?
It's funny, the Tartaria one, I seen one.
So it'd be good to go back and these
the guys, like, you know, a video, and I'm like, mate, enough. So you know how like the buildings have got, see anything that's got a spire?
It's
now got the green cable going down it, which is like the earth cable.
Yeah.
So when if the lightning strikes, it doesn't blow the fucking
tits off the cup.
blow the fucking thing. The guy's like, see, I've told you that spire up there is connected to the ether, and all these buildings are generating free electricity, and it's up there, and this is the cable that's running it back into earth. I'm like, no, dude, it's literally just an earth cable. I think
because the metal's made the roof's made of metal.
It's going to blow its tits right in.
Because the copper conductor roofs were problematic in storms.
Yes, there's slight glitch with the fucking weather system and the copper roofs. But the Tartaria thing is fascinating. I mean, it's not. I don't know a huge amount about it, but
whoever owns the country that's where the capital was, if you like, Putin. No, because Putin gave whoever it was all these old maps they had archived, and I can't remember who he gave it to.
Tartaria was like
I know
Russia,
Tartaria
China.
was that whole area, but whoever was at the epicenter, kind of like fucking, you know, where the Babylon Hanging Gardens were, if it was part of it. I know it's not, but you know, like the fucking place, the London.
I've got a book on it that somebody's done extensive research. I've just never got around to it. Like, it's one of the things that
because the Great Wall of China's on all the old Tartaria maps.
Is it?
Yeah. And obviously all the military guys have been assessing
Is there not something about the way that it's constructed that it doesn't seem to add up?
Aye, because
like
if
it's pointing in the wrong way or something.
Yeah. So all the ways you can the fucking guard towers that stick out so you can look down to see if anyone's climbing up are all on China's side, and the steep side's on China's side. So if you were building a wall to keep Big Genghis out, you've built it the wrong fucking way, according to military advisors and statistical chatters and all that type of shit. The wall, for it being China's, is the wrong way round.
Genghis was rapey, wasn't he?
I mean, it would lead to that belief system that, the fact that 1 in 4 people can connect their lineage back to...
He was a tap shagger.
Tap.
He was the OG. There is many a guy that's went to Magaluf who have thought, I'm going to follow in my Uncle Genghis Khan's footsteps here.
What do you think of the Ibiza Final Boss's hairdo?
Mate, what is going on with the world?
Lad,
how
kids are asking for it now.
You got to be shit.
Ragnar was getting his hair cut in the barber's the other day, and the wee boy came and asked, and Jordan had no idea what he was talking about. And Charlie's like, "How have you not seen this?" And he's like, "I didn't." And she showed him. He's like, "Are you honestly wanting that?" And the wee boy's like, "I'm surprised folk haven't been in asking for it for already."
The final
and he wanted the fucking Mario mushroom.
It's a bowl cut.
It's literally a bowl cut. It's exactly what it is. Yeah.
A bowl cut.
It's like curtains without the curtains. The curtains are drawn. It's night time. It's blackout blinds.
It looks like a comb over as well.
I think going by The Crown, he is obviously balding a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a good AI video of him peeling the hair off like it's one of the
looks like
things.
remember Tom Cruise in that movie? I don't think it was. He was playing the guy and he had the bald head, and he's doing the dance.
Oh, he's yeah, and he's got the fat suit on and that. Yeah.
It's like that. He's just
who was he playing again?
Maybe he's on the phone screaming down the phone.
No, that's Jerry Maguire.
No, that one. He's screaming down the phone, where he's like, don't give me shit. What's his fucking name again? What was that movie?
Tom Cruise fat suit businessman movie. Tropic Thunder. Is it?
Oh. Tropic Thunder's the car racing one. He's on the
Les Grossman. I think it is Tropic Thunder.
Isn't it?
Aye, so it's Tropic Thunder.
Oh, I'm thinking
he plays Les Grossman in 2008.
Aye, I'm thinking of the is it Tropical Thunder?
Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder. What's
when
the one?
Robert Downey Jr. is playing the black man and Ben Stiller's playing the handicap lad.
A good movie that. Aye, so the Ibiza final boss. It's like I don't know.
He's pegged to become a millionaire by the end of the year. Fucking brand deals with Boohoo and fucking all sorts kicking off. Booking.com.
There's no chance that's going to die out rapid.
Aye, but that's why he's been clever and fucking jumped on it. Got management is just fucking taking anything. Got flew out to Ibiza private jet for free. He's been given a G-Wagon to roll around in and everything.
You don't see the thing where it was like he flew out in the G-Wagon and then he was like on a Jet 2 flight the next day.
Aye, because I'm sure Jet 2 and that are fucking behind him now too.
No, it was like he was on a normal flight.
No, I think that's when he went there.
No,
it was Ryanair.
People were posting about it. People were posting about how he was up there like, bro, where's the private jet? He's just,
so is that just for show then?
It's all just the hype.
He's definitely rolling around Ibiza in a blue G-Wagon.
I've seen that.
Because apparently his current net worth's $500,000 and it's pegged to be fucking
what's going on
with club appearances and all
what
sorts,
is going on in the world?
The fact that he went viral, he is now a celebrity. And
can you imagine, right, in what world are we living in where you have a shit haircut, a weird beard, a gold chain, a fucking on-running vest?
All because he's just standing vibing and someone's filmed him and went, Ibiza final boss, and it's went bang.
He's got his veneers out, he's got his wee bag that's probably got a wee bit of devil's dandruff, he's got a wee bit of snow in there, he's having a fucking good time.
Good, like, what? Good for him. Jump on it, lad. Take the fucking opportunity while it's there. Smash it. You know what I mean?
Why not? Like,
absolutely. Hey, look, it's dropped on his feet. Why would you not be like, fuck this?
Ride
the
wave.
Goes, Ride the wave.
Ride the wave.
Ken, if it goes somewhere, great. If he lands on the beach again, fucking with penniless, he had a fucking good crack.
At least he'll have a really good story.
I don't know if it's true or not. Apparently, he's done a video with Bonnie Blue and that now too.
What do you mean?
Like, well, I'm going to assume by that a wee fucking OnlyFans appearance, but whether it's true or not,
what is going on in the world?
Whether it's true or not, I don't fucking know. But it's the shit I'm seeing on social media.
Did you hear about her podcast
with Tate?
I don't know if it was with Tate or James English, but James English was like,
I've not seen
James English was basically, Stacey told me that she's like, there's bits of that. She's like, no. Like,
I was watching she's got a thingy on Channel 4, I think it is, a documentary. I put a bit of that, and it's just kind of her and our publicist, our business manager and stuff, and she just kind of, like, she's just saying, she's like, I don't believe in half the shit I say, but I don't care if I upset women. They're not where I'm making money.
She's basically going on and
it's just pure click.
It's everything clickbait. It's all rage bait, clickbait.
Absolutely. And she's essentially just a businesswoman that's absolutely fucking smashing it. And you get folk being like, why would she do that? There's 24 million reasons a year why she's doing that.
Mikey, come on to fuck, man.
I'm not fucking saying I fully agree with everything, but if you're just like, fuck this, I'm now a millionaire, I don't really give a shit, I'm going to smash it.
Nah.
Do you know what I mean?
Nah.
24 million a year is 24 million a year, lad.
Nah. Well, it's like, so say somebody goes, look, Mikey, there's going to be a train of 1,000 guys run through you. I'm going to give you 24 million a year. You taking the deal?
What, one off? Just happens to you
Well,
once, and I get 24 million a year for the rest of my days.
No. Like you get
stop to think about it for a minute, like that.
24 million, right, year one. But you need to do 1,000.
But she's not doing it every year. She's just done it that one time.
She's not stopping.
No, but she's not doing 1,000 men every fucking day.
No, I know, but she's not.
She's not stopping what she's doing.
Saying, like, that's enough.
Aye, no. No. But, you know, when there's that level of money involved...
Nah, no chance.
You've got to stop and fucking think about it for a second. Like,
there's like, you know...
There's no part of you that's just like, fair play, hen, on you go.
Nah, it's just really, it's just bad juju, man. It's really bad. It's what's this signaling to the world? Like, what you're doing here, what is it signifying? And but it's not like she's not doing it behind closed doors. This is the thing, is like, see if that was your thing and all that sound, right? If that's your thing, more power to you. If that's what makes you happy. She's doing this because she wants money and attention, and right, that doesn't come without consequences.
No.
And there's going to be people out there that are thinking the same way as you've just outlined there, which is, oh, if I do the same as her, I'll maybe get the same as this.
Absolutely.
I'll get the same results. And then it's creating this wave of stuff where there's these people that are like, you know, doing shit that's really morally against what they fucking want, and the hope of promising and getting something and not getting anywhere. And it's like, what are you?
But it's a choice you're making, like if someone makes a choice to follow in her footsteps and hope for the exact same success, like the business model might not replicate the second time very well.
But the thing being is, like, somebody's
because it's already been done.
Somebody's saying to them, look, there's 24 million reasons they consider that this is worth a shot.
Aye.
That's no good. Like, that's no good.
No, but do you know what I mean?
No chance.
It's like fucking. It's one of them where you're just like, because
Robbie'd be up for it. Robbie'd be good.
Robbie's probably done it for free. Robbie's probably doing it right now.
He'd do it for 24 quid.
Ah, he's fucking. He'd
and
pay
2
them.
pot noodles.
He'd pay them to do it to him.
He'd do it for the attention.
But it's when folk are like, I don't get why she's doing it or that. I'm like, there's 24 million reasons why she's doing it. She's fucking getting.
It's just wrong, man. Wrong.
Like, don't get me wrong. If it was fucking Ken, if it was one of my kids, I wouldn't be fucking overly happy. Like, but she's nothing to do with me. I don't know her. She's fucking out in the world. I don't really care. But when folk are like, why is she doing that? And I'm just like, well, there's money. Literally money.
I remember.
She could stop now and never have to work again in the rest of her fucking life.
Mate, she's just...
Because she's fucking now a multi-millionaire off it.
I don't know. I just think that, like, life doesn't get good for that.
But if she decided to stop now and fucked off into the background, took her money, invested it well, and just lived a really nice life, see, after a few years, folk would fucking forget who she was. To be the next person that would fucking irritate every cunt. Same way, like, if Tate just decided to vanish tomorrow, folk would just stop talking about him. He would just get to fucking disappear into the background. Okay, but I think these people like the limelight, they like the fucking banter and the drama and everything, so they keep going. But if anybody on the internet decides who's done well and made millions, just to like, right, I'm just going to drop into the fucking background now.
She'll need to drop into the background of the ice shelf, mate. She's going to go to one of the 4 continents at the other side of the wall.
No, I don't. I think you could just fucking vanish for a year.
She could go down to Bavaria, the little Bavaria in South America, where the Third Reich still exists. She go down there. But she's got the right colour of hair and eyes.
People would forget they'd be the next internet person that would annoy people.
But I mean, imagine she has kids. I don't
know. I think after that, like, finding a proper serious partner might be difficult.
You think? Hi, what have you done? Like, what did you do in your spare time? It was a fucking sperm dispository.
I think if you did find someone to settle down with them, they would probably have a couple of bizarre kinks. You know what I mean? Like a proper one of the cuck setup type humans.
That's cuck final boss. That is it.
But fucking, if you just decide like, that action is worth that amount of money.
Mate,
fine, on you go.
James English was funny. Stacey's telling me, he said to her, like, I'm going to be straight with you. He's like, I'm all right now, but I was a bit fucking doolally. He's like, have you been checked? Have you spoke to someone? He's like, because, like, straight up, he's like, I think there's something wrong with you.
Well, it was a manager or someone round her in our little circle. I'd been asked, like, how's her mental state after that? And he's like, she's honestly no arsed. Kind of like the days after the 1,000 Men, he's just like, she's no bothered at all. I think the way she must view it is it's a business decision, and I'm all right with it, and she's just apparently no up or doing with it.
It just lacks humanity, and like do you know when you get like do you know when you get something that you just go, you're a shell of
But is she any different to any other high-powered business person that does fucking horrendous things, like oil tycoons that wipe out entire villages to put a pipeline through and shit? Is it any different, really, in terms of moral standing? Because there's some businessmen out there that have done some pretty horrific things over the years.
I agree with that, but they're not putting it on fucking live stream, mate.
No, it ends up on the news if their plan goes wrong.
Like, they're not live streaming.
No, they're not live streaming.
Like, if anything, they're keeping it on the lowdown. Right, so yeah, they might be morally fucking inept, but fuck me, they're not sitting there going, look at me.
They're maybe missing a trick. They should maybe set up a fucking, an internet login.
Oh, like a dark web one.
Like $59.99 to watch us do whatever fucking bizarre thing we're going to do.
Aye. Oh, wow. It's a weird old place, the world, isn't it?
The internet's fried, lad. It's a great tool, but it opened up a can that can't be ever closed again.
And AI's just getting like AI's.
I only found out about the AI OnlyFans thing and that, like, and the AI. I haven't seen it. I just heard about it the other day.
No, I don't mean if you fucking logged on to OnlyFans to see it, but I mean there's guys prancing about, and the AI's making them like an AI generated model.
Off.
Mate,
is it?
Mikey?
I just thought it was computer. I didn't realise folk are
fucking Mohammed from Bradford is like in front of the camera. He's like dancing about and moving about, and the AI's making him look like some fucking Swedish uber blonde model with all the curves in all the right places, and then he's putting it on OnlyFans
and he's making bank,
mega bank.
That's food for thought. That one, lad. Huh?
So I mean, there you go. There's your fucking.
What AI they use on?
I've not
Give me the specific.
There'll be some sort of like, this is the thing, is like, when it becomes saturated, you would need to have like some weird niche where people are getting into that. But that's the thing, is like,
but it's not even real at that point. It's just
is any of it?
Like, the real people.
Like, how do you know? At what point does it become, like, in this day and age with videos getting that sort of?
I was saying this the other day in terms of conspiracy theories and such now. Like, someone, so for argument's sake, like the Edge of the World videos, because we live in a time where anything can be, I might have even fucking said this at the start, anything can be created. You could be watching that and it could be 100% genuine, and you're like, this is pish.
Yeah.
Great. So how can you tell anything's fucking real now?
Yeah.
Anything at all?
There's there's a pal who should remain nameless, and he'll send me the occasional, like, like, he's obviously went, oh, this is a fucking uber babe, we'll share it with the boys, and he'll send it.
Right.
And Mikey, I've not got heart to tell him it's AI.
He doesn't know.
I don't know. It's like, I'm not fucking.
I didn't realise the I don't know if you've seen the Down syndrome filter.
Oh, I've heard about this.
I didn't realise it was a filter. I just assumed. I was like, I keep seeing the same lassie, and they're like, Moan, use your head here. I'm like, fuck it, right, it is a filter, bastard.
Right.
But
it seems to be this.
There must be a fucking fetish for the market,
there
though.
There seems to be a push for, like, lassies that are definitely lassies that are saying that they're trans.
Definitely lassies.
Yeah, but they're saying, like, they're trans.
Okay.
Right, so there's this whole, like, such and such is going with, this T-girl. I know it's a lassie, but they're pushing the hype or the novelty that it's this new craze.
Okay.
That guys are wanting to sleep with trans girls and they're just lassies. And then there's other ones that...
Also, like, lassies are just pretending that they've been fully trans, and it's just a bird.
Just a fucking bird. They're just looking for the niche, looking to make the wave. And then there's the Down syndrome. Like, would you date me? What the fuck, man? And that's what it is. It's just new and hype, and like people going, oh, look. Comes back to what we talked about, the novelty.
Yeah.
It's all just novelty and new.
I wish I didn't. Like, if it wasn't for tattooing and shit, I wouldn't have any of it.
What?
social media.
I would imagine the fucking Antarctica videos and the
Aye,
flat
but I can
Earth stuff.
take it or leave it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not that fucking bothered. I don't need it. Like, I actually get fucked off that I use it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it would be great, but at the minute in tattooing and even going into the sort of movie side of stuff, like, you don't exist if you're not on this shit. You're not a fucking person.
What's the deal with the movie stuff? How have you been filming lately?
Aye,
What's
yeah.
the update? Like, tell people that don't know what you up to.
Fucking accidentally acting, mate.
How did it come about?
There was a film that we're looking for cars to be used in the film, and Charlie's like, "Oh, Ken, you can use my car." And then she's also been like, "My man's fucking massive too, if you need any big guys." And I have not been really privy to this conversation that has been had. So when we took our car to the rehearsal fucking studio, if you like, so they could see the car, I've just kind of walked in and the director be like, "Oh, this is Mikey, he's going to be playing one of our enforcers." And I'm like, "Am I?" And so ultimately it's Charlie's fault. And fault will depend on how this turns out. If it goes well, it was a great version of fault. If it goes badly, then it's her fucking fault.
Yeah, it's good
And,
strategy there.
But aye, and then it's just kind of growing arms and legs at the minute. So in a few films, series, and there's other things in the pipeline that may be appearing that I can't really talk about.
You look good.
Either.
The pictures look good from the.
I never actually, because I'm not allowed to share anything. I've not really fucking. I've not been able to actually really put anything up without permission.
Is that you asking the authority? Aye, the authority in the space. That looks good. Fucking hell, that's a good one.
So it'll be class.
So Mikey's just been showing me some good pictures that he can't reveal how good the
Stills of the filming.
the scenes
I
look.
can't even say what's happening in the scenes either because he's keeping it quiet because it's a closed script, so your breach of.
What are they trying to do in terms of like hype? Because surely they want to hype the movie up.
Well, aye. So there's things that need to happen. So I was quite interested to find out that not any movie just gets to go to the cinema. There's qualifying things that have to happen in order for you to get to certain places. So as like an independent film company, in order to get like a cinema release or whatever, you have to be entered into like certain film festivals. And if you win your tent, which isn't a tent, it's a fucking cinema, and get to different points, which will then award you a cinema release, independent cinema releases, or backing off certain companies and such, and then you can qualify. I just thought, some company's making a fucking thing that can. There's so much more in that sort of industry than you would ever fucking think. And I don't even know if I can really say where that one's pegged to go on here. So I can tell you afterwards, but I don't think I can broadcast it at the moment. So there's a film happening next year that I'm fucking buzzing for. Again, I can't tell.
You're gonna be one of the fucking people, aren't you? Oh, I've got news coming soon, but I need to keep it under wraps.
But because you fucking sign shit and that and contracts and that, you can be open to fucking.
You'd definitely go all the way in the Milgram experiment. You can't. You would definitely go all the way to 450 volts.
What's the fucking term if you like a fucking I don't know, a fucking breach of contract type thing? So you can get in trouble for it.
It's just breach of contract.
So I can't go
Breach
posting.
confidentiality.
Aye. There's another thing I found out which is quite. I don't know if I fully fucking understand the concept behind it. So, like the Scottish governing film body people. So, like Spider-Man's being filmed in Glasgow, and they only have to spend like 10% of their budget. I think it might be Sony that's behind it or whatever. But our like film industry, give them money for filming here and whatnot.
But give them money.
Aye. So it's like I don't fully know the full ins and outs of it, but from my understanding that they get subsidiaries and whatever to film here, and it's obviously cheaper for this. So it's like incentives for them to film here. I don't know if it brings money to the cities. I don't really fully understand the full ins and outs yet. But if you're like a Scottish film company, you don't get any help. It's only if the film companies come from outside the country.
Yeah.
Which is quite...
a fucking backwards rule.
In a sense. I don't fully... I need to ask more on
backwards.
it.
So we're not going to support the local talent, but we'll support the international talent.
Essentially, yeah. Aye. Because one of the other guys was on about a film he was on, and it was a Indian film company, and again they got budgets and money given to them for X, Y, and Z, and
they should come and have a chat to me about setting up an entity outside the UK that going to get some subsidiary help.
They'd probably be open to the conversation, actually. But it's funny seeing how things are done in that world that now I didn't know was a thing. So like, even just I thought actors were important, like they were the main important part.
Yeah.
See everything that goes on behind the scenes. Like, you just have to show up and do what you're told. The end. And obviously, you get good actors who can portray characters and emotion, and that's obviously like important. But see what goes on behind, and the fucking blocking in sets and it looks like a graft, Ken, and fucking stressful trying to, and then getting. I don't know what I thought prior. That if a scene and different angles, there would maybe be a few different cameras set up. But obviously, in the reality, if you had a camera here filming this bit, and they're having that camera is going to be in that camera's picture, and vice versa. So you just have to redo the same scene over and over and over again from a different camera angle, but to obviously try and do your part the same each time. Yeah. And then you're recording different parts and the sound all gets edited, kind of like the podcast. Yeah. This is being filmed, but the sound's being recorded, and it gets all merged together. So it's quite fucking cool how it's all done. And I might say this, I was just like, I used to think actors were the thing that made all this happen, but it isn't it?
No, there's a lot behind the
scenes. They're just the fucking face.
You'd enjoy. You ever seen the old, when they started making movies, like the optical tricks that they would play to have effects, like how they would get people to make as if they were walking on air, and like the film set would look further away than it was, and all that sort of thing. So we're playing all these like optical illusions.
But even that with fighting scenes and hitting focus and that, and like it's all just camera angles done, and as long as the reaction and the assault is timed well, you don't know that there's a foot of air in between these two people and whatnot.
Assault.
It was funny. We were doing a scene. I put it up on that, Ken, so folk know I was in a boxing ring in one of the things, and I've currently got an elbow injury. And you'll know yourself, hitting something is easier than not hitting something, because you've got that recoil, because you're no hitting it. It's just your joints are fucking bouncing. So by the end of it, my elbow was fucked, and I was like, I can't throw any more punches. And it came to the point at the end when we needed to record the sound of boxing. So I just let the guy hit me. I'm like, I can't throw any more punches, mate. Just laying about me. Get the noise of the gloves hitting. I was like, I'm fucking done. Yeah. But no, it's good fun. And if it goes somewhere, great. And if it doesn't, it was good while it lasted.
And blame Charlie. Aye, good thinking.
Aye.
Well, let's have a look. I think we'll get wrapped up, because that was a fucking some episode. Anything else that you wanted to cover?
No, not particularly.
Let's see if there's
anything. You know what it's like, we just fucking wing it, lad, huh?
It's better that way.
But apparently there's a gap in the market at the minute for a fucking big guy, because all the other big guys are getting awfully expensive now. They're fucking lead roles in fucking David and Goliath and fucking Sandman and Martin Ford's smashing it these days.
Is he?
Smashing it. Same with the Dutch Giant and that. They're both fucking well up the ladder now, so apparently they're getting quite expensive.
They're doing the rituals yet? You should ask him, say, you high enough that you're doing the satanic blood rituals? How far around the Hollywood are you?
So apparently there's a gap for a big guy to be cheaper. So
good.
Hopefully I can fill that fucking
the void. So if you're out there and you're a movie director then hit Big Mikey up. His handle's Big Mike OSD.
One of the guys was like, "You save a fortune on CGI."
That's good. Well, thanks for coming on, mate. Enjoyed that. I think we did a pretty eclectic episode. Went weird and wonderful places.
Up and down, mate.
Yes. So we enjoyed this week's episode of Mount Mindset. We've had the superstar returning guest, Big Mikey. We've covered off all your topics in the chat boxes. What's going on in the UK? What's going on with the budget? What is going on in the world? Where is it going? What can we do? And the good old conspiracy theories. What has happened in Antarctica? What would you like to find out if you could go back in time? Is there really aliens, and who was J-Rod? So I think we covered all bases there. What would you do if you were to go back in time? What would you see? Let us know in the comment section. What do you want us to cover off in the next instalment? And we hope you've enjoyed this week's episode. And if you are a movie director and you want a big, huge dude that isn't going to cost the world, then hit Big Mikey up. So we hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you again in the next one. From me this week, that's a wrap.